You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Good evening and welcome to Archbishop Rummel Football. Raider Football is presented by Archbishop Rummel High School, 1901 Severn Avenue in Metairie. Visit us online at RummelRaiders.com. Rummel Football is also brought to you by Rummel graduates Michael DeButte and Edward Jones Investments, by McGinnis and Franklin American Mortgage Company, by Malcolm Dino and John Terrio, by United States Congressman Steve Scalise, Eddie Corcoran, and Allstate Insurance. Rummel Football is also presented by Nick Impostado and Acacia Financial Group, by Matt Colasino and Crescent Power Systems, by State Senator Danny Martini, by John and Michael Bono and Bono Law Firm, and by Brian Hebert and Bears Pullboy. Let's head live to the stadium for the call of the game. Here's the voice of Rummel Raiders football, Rummel Athletic Hall of Famer and WGSO Sports Director Ken Trahan of SportsNOLA.com, along with former Rummel head coach and Rummel Hall of Famer Easton Roth, former Rummel assistant coach Rick Daly, and Rummel graduate Mike Cardella.
From Joe Yenni Stadium, it's the opening round of the Division I state playoffs as the 8-seeded Archbishop Rummel Raiders entertain the 9-seeded Jesuit Blue Jays. And a pleasant good evening to you. Ken Trahan along with the coaches, Easton Roth and Rick Gailey. Haven't we been here before? It's Rummel and Jesuit. As Woody Allen would say, play it again, Sam. 6th time in 3 years, 3rd consecutive year that these two teams have faced each other twice in the season. Each time, once in the regular season, obviously, and once in the playoffs, obviously. These two teams met on this field on October the 15th. Do the math, that's less than a month ago. And a game that you heard right here on WGSO as Rummel defeated Jesuit 17-10. And here they are facing each other again in the playoffs. And this becomes kind of the rubber match of sorts in that in the rematch games, Jesuit in 2014 and in Rummel's 2-year reign as state champions, defeating the Raiders on that night at Tag Gormley Stadium. And then last year, Rummel returned the favor in the playoffs as they defeated Jesuit in the playoffs here at Joe Yenni Stadium. It's Joe Yenni Stadium, the site tonight, and these two very familiar opponents square off once more. Easton, I guess the good news is you don't have to do a ton of preparation. You certainly know the opponent, don't you?
Yeah, you do know the opponent, Kenny. You do know the opponent, but really you still have got to prepare in any way you look at it. You know, if you talk to both head coaches and all, I think they're tired of this playoff system setup where they have to play each other. They know they're going to play each other again. We talked to both of them before the game, and, you know, it's just deja vu. And I tell you what, I think it affects the crowd, too. I'm looking across on the Jesuit sideline and also on the Rummel sideline. Playing this way affects the crowd also. So it's going to be an interesting game, a lot on the line for both of these, and the winner is very lucky because they get a chance to play Curtis again.
Well, here's the deal, Rick Gailey. Good to have you with us. Well, in these types of games, and we've had this discussion, I honestly believe that when teams are closely matched and you're in this situation where neither team is on a high, motivation becomes the issue, and want to becomes the biggest issue. Who wants to be here? Who wants to win more? To me, that determines who wins tonight.
That's absolutely right, and you've got to be able to provide that atmosphere. Because one thing about kids is that if given the opportunity and the direction, they'll play. They like to play the game. They bring a natural enthusiasm to the game. But you've got to be able to direct that because there's a lot of other people. You know, the kids shouldn't be bored in playing each other. You know, because that's what they do. They play each other in multitude of sports. They're always around each other. But you got to keep the noise of the outside away from them. That they'll play if given the opportunity.
Well, if you look at the two teams, Rummel comes in 6-3, Jesuit at 5-5. Rummel's lost its last 3 games. And as for Jesuit, they're coming off of a 28-10 loss to Brother Martin. So clearly, these are two teams not on a high per se. So it does become A matter of 1, 2, and B, a matter of confidence in the overall series. Rummel leads 31-23 over Jesuit. The Raiders have won the last three, and Jay Roth has been very successful against Jesuit. He's 18-7 against the Blue Jays over his 21-year stint at Rummel, and there have been 6 overtime games in this series. This is all stuff we've talked about before.
Yeah.
We've been here before.
But you know what, Kenny, a big thing, and I agree with Rick, when you get to the playoffs, I always say this, that the team that wants to win the state championship, the worst, that can motivate themselves because they've been doing this all the way since January with weightlifting, that makes it difficult. In this game tonight, the team that wants it the most is the team that is going to win. Now, Kenny, you are a statistician. When's the last time Rummel has lost 3 games in a row?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah,
I have to go back.
Me too.
I could look back. I could go back and look at it, and I did not think about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I'll certainly do it. There's a chance that maybe it was the 2010 season when they missed the playoffs, the only time in Jay's regime.
And that's
possible,
but
I'd have to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
Because they were 4-6 that year. So
I'd
have to look at that, but that's a possibility. But I cannot swear to it by any stretch because I don't know.
I've been trying to figure it out, and I spent some time today looking it up, and I got distracted with something else. But I was thinking about it, and it's in a book. There's no doubt about it.
If you look at the circumstances, Rick, to be 6-3, everybody knew that the tough part of Rummel's schedule was the end part, the last 3 games. And they were not able to pass those tests, although they had a real shot to win against Brother Martin and couldn't get a stop at the end of the game. Had a real shot against Curtis in the game you guys did and couldn't finish. And then last week, extenuating circumstances, which we will get into, against St. Augustine. So does this team, is its confidence hurt? Is its want-to hurt? Is it a team that doesn't know if it can win?
And that was a key point that you had made before, and that I wanted to address, that the confidence factor is the biggest factor, because once again, both teams aren't coming in off of highs. They're all starting 0-0, but the confidence can go down quickly. Whatever confidence they have going into it, they've got to be able to picture themselves being successful. You can't just want something, but you got to be able to picture the end result. So, Ken, you're exactly right in saying that both teams' confidence is damaged right now. Not only which team was able to rebuild that during the course of the week and get the vision of being successful back in their psyche, but what team is going to make something happen early in the game to reinforce that confidence? Because confidence, you can't think up confidence.
No.
You get it from being successful. What team is going to make something happen early that will buoy them and perhaps that damage the confidence of the other team?
Rick, when you're 6-0 and you fumble or you throw an INT, well, okay, that's going to happen. When you lose your last 3 games and the first thing that occurs, a fumble or an INT or something goes against you, that confidence is going almost immediately. Like, here we go again. This is what has got us to the point that we are here. But, Rick, something I've talked about, and we talked about it last week. What has been disappointing me in Rome, their offense we knew was going to struggle all year because they had certain things going for them. But defensively, giving up the big plays like they have against Brother Martin and especially against Curtis, and the receivers wide open, the first play of the game, 80-yard run. I think that has got Rummel in the predicament of 6-3 more than anything else at this point.
Because rule number 1 of defense is don't give up the big play.
That's correct, that's demoralizing.
You can give up a bunch of little ones, you can make adjustments to that. You can't make adjustments in giving up the big play, and that's rule number 1, and Rummel's been violating it lately.
Yes.
It's Rummel and Jesuit, first round of the Division I state playoffs. When we return in just a moment, we'll hear from Archbishop Rummel head coach Jay Roth. You are listening to Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and watching live at SportsNOLA.com.
Greetings, Raider fans. This is Congressman Steve Scalise, Rummel class of 1983, proudly representing the 1st Congressional District in the great state of Louisiana. Speaking of great, congratulations to Coach Jay Roth and the Raiders on winning 2 state championships. Here's wishing the Raiders best of luck and whipping the opposition in their quest for a 3rd title. Thank God Almighty on the Raiders. Raider pride.
Archbishop Rummel High School thanks Jesuit coming up in 3, 2.
Of Rummel Raiders football.
John Terrio, Archbishop Rummel High School class of 1979 and managing partner of Malcolm M. Denis, Certified Public Accountants. Our firm has been serving the Gulf South region for over 60 years. We assist our clients with tax compliance and auditing. We also serve as the CFO for many of our corporate clients. We have a specialized forensic accounting group that consults with attorneys on litigation matters. We are proud supporters of Archbishop Rummel High School and the LaSallian tradition. The mission is to educate each student according to the principles of the Catholic Church in the Lasallian tradition of faith, community, and service. Thank God Almighty, I'm a Raider.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Michael Dubuque, your Metairie and New Orleans Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Michael Dubuque are proud sponsors of the Rummel Raiders football team on WGSO 990 AM. For all your investment needs, call Michael Dubuque at 885-6432 or visit him at 4437 Trenton Street in Metairie. Edward Jones, making
It's a place you're accustomed to being. It's also a chance for redemption because the season didn't end the way you wanted it to.
No, it didn't. I mean, if you would have told me when the season started, you have a young team, you finished 6-3, I'd have been happy, but not when you start off 6-0, I wasn't.
Right, and in particular, the way it unfolded. A game that got away against Brother Martin, and give them credit. A game against Curtis where you had a shot, and then St. Augustine, circumstances contributed, obviously.
Yeah, I thought we played well enough to win 2 out of 3, and hopefully, you might get a shot down the road.
And then, of course, it's Jesuit again. Third time in 3 years in the playoffs to see the same team over and over again. It's no fun for anybody, but there is some advantage in that you certainly know the opponent, and that helps in preparation.
You do. You don't have to travel. Sometimes you want to travel, but you don't have to travel. You do the opponent. But a lot of times at this point, it comes down to who's playing the best at this point or who has maybe even the better players, the better talent, because coaching sometimes, it's 6 out of 3 years, man. I don't know much more you can do.
Flashback to the first game. You dominated the first half. Your offense was good. Second half, your offense didn't do much of anything, but your defense made sure you weren't going to lose that game.
Well, I think the first game, at halftime, I realized that our defense could win it for us, and I kind of shut it down offensively in the second half in order not to give Jesuit any opportunities. But I think tonight we have to generate more offense. We have not generated offense in 3 weeks, and our defense hasn't played well, so I'm expecting a good all-around game from us tonight.
Last but not least, not getting into particulars, but you expect your kids to rebound after the circumstances of last week with some kids not playing?
Yes, I do. Because I'm the kind of guy that once it's over, I bury it, and that's it. Over. Whatever happened last week was last week. So we got a full crew tonight. We should be all right.
Jay, best of luck to you this evening.
All right, Kenny, thank you.
That's Coach Jay Roth of the Rummel Raiders. And just to expound, because it's now public domain, Rummel suspended 10 young men last week for its game for circumstances that occurred off the field. And Jay Roth made a decision, and administration supported it. Those young men are back in uniform tonight. So you wonder how Rummel's going to respond to that. But we should tell people right now, because they're going to notice right away anyway, Rummel's best player will not be on the field for the first defensive series of the game. Derek Munson will not play the first series. Again, a coach's decision. He will play tonight. But again, Easton as a coach, you guys both coach. As a head coach, you have to manage everything. It's hard to do. Discipline has to be part of a program or you will have no program. And obviously coaches have to make tough decisions.
Right. You have to make a tough decision. You have to make a fair decision. Whatever decision you make, and you have to take everything into consideration. But the big thing I've always said, and Coach Gale, I know is going to agree with Mr. 100%, you're a part of a community, you're a part of a school, you're a part of a team, and you let them all down when you do something that is foolish. And young kids do things, and they're sorry that they have done it. But the big thing is the people you've let down and the toll it takes on the whole Rummel community, Coach Galen.
Athletics, team play, and coaching is some of the last bastions of immediate results. That if you do wrong, you've got to pay a price. And we're one of the few people as coaches that teach that.
It's Rummel and Jesuit. When we return, we'll have the comments from Mike Cardella, the fourth member of our broadcast team, on the sideline, and the opening kickoff from Joe Yenni Stadium. You were listening to Archbishop Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM and at WGSO.com and watching at SportsNOLA.com. Ken Train, along with Easton Roth, Rick Gailey, as Rummel and Jesuit get set to do battle for the second time this year, this time in the playoffs. Captains meeting at the center of the field. Rummel in their scarlet red jerseys, white numerals, white pants, white headgear, Columbia blue trim, familiar red R on the helmet. Rummel has, in fact, won the toss. They have elected to receive here this evening, which is interesting. So Jesuit will kick off. Rummel will get the ball first, and Jesuit will defend the south goal here at Joe Yenni Stadium. Blue Jays are in their road whites, white jerseys, white pants, blue numerals, white helmets with a blue J on the helmet. So same getup we saw these two teams to a degree earlier this year. As the fans are being asked to rise now, as it's time to doff caps and to stand at attention, honor the greatest country in the world, United States of America, with the playing of our national anthem by the Archbishop Rummel High School Band following our prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. O Lord our God, we thank you for the gift of Catholic education. We thank you for the strong faith of these two schools, Archbishop Rummel and Jesuit. We ask you to continue to strengthen us in our faith and always help us to grow in brotherhood as we seek to build up the kingdom of God. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this competition, we ask you to bless these athletes. May they give glory to you by using their talents to the best of their abilities. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and brotherly love, and reward them for their perseverance, both on and off the field. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. St. Ignatius of Loyola, pray for us. St. John Baptiste de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.
Archbishop Rummel High School band with the national anthem and a familiar tune being played now. It's an interestingly beautiful night here. Partly cloudy skies, 66 degrees. The wind is out of the north at 6, and that's kind of interesting because Jesuit lost the toss. Rummel won the toss, took the ball, and Rummel will have the wind at its back to start the game, which is a pretty unusual circumstance that they'd end up with both. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Right now it's time to bring in the fourth member of our broadcast team, Mike Cardella, patrolling the Rummel sideline. Mike, good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, Ken, and it's great to be with you. And as you mentioned, these two teams know each other and know this situation. That familiarity really should be a history lesson for the Raiders tonight, and brings back some memories of some of these games in this series over the last 3 years. In particular, one of the X's and O's items I'm looking for is, will the Raiders be able to contain the running back when they go out into those flare passes, into the flat? If you remember, 2 years ago, Charles Jackson ate him up in the playoffs. Connor Pruitt did it again in the regular season this year, scoring on a big touchdown catch. Will the Raiders be able to keep their best athlete from making plays in space, and then can they respond when they see the wrinkles that Jesuit throws at them?
All right.
We'll see what we can do tonight to keep this Raider season going. It's on these seniors whose bases are posted here tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Here's the kickoff by Jake Shinova. It's a pooch kick short, which we expected. It's going to be fielded on a fair catch at about the 27-yard line. Rummel well coached in that regard, and it's handled there by Aaron Brule, and Rummel will start its first possession at its own 28-yard line, and Jacob Palmer will lead his offense on the field. Okay, so Rummel won the toss. They took the ball, and Jesuit kicked into the wind. Explain that.
Yeah, I can't explain it either, Kenny. I can't explain this. Rummel going on offense first, Coach Getty, unless they have something special that they want to try real early in this football game.
Well, it wasn't going to make much of a difference on the kickoff, but it does give the offense an advantage.
Yes, it does.
And once again, whoever gets started, makes a big play early, gains a significant advantage.
Rummel opens with a 3-receiver set, 2 to the right on first down. The running back is Trufant, chases in motion. He gets a fake. They give it to Trufant. He finds a little bit of a hole and gets to the 30-yard line. Just 2 yards. It closed down pretty quick. The tackle made by Jesuit for 44, Jacob Baxter. It's going to be second down and 8 yards to go.
In the first ball game, it came down to almost the last play of the game, Rick, and I was impressed with Jesuit's defense. They had some good-looking kids, and Rummel's going to have to really establish a running game, I think, to have any chance to win this football game tonight.
And Rummel comes out trying to spread them out with 4 wide receivers. You have to try to make Jesuit play in space.
Second and 8 from the 30, and the 4 wide receiver set. Here's Chase in motion into the formation. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to get hit for a big loss. Jesuit's just waiting for him. Huge loss back to the 26 as Chase is tackled by 54, Cameron Crozier. They're going to be wherever one goes tonight, they're going to be there.
No doubt about it. And Crozier, the young man that made the tackle, has 121 tackles for the season. I mean, he almost went unblocked. I mean, Trace had no chance whatsoever. And Rummel right here, a big third down early in this ball game.
Yeah, they had 2 defenders outside the tackle and only 1 blocker. There wasn't any chance of success there.
Obvious passing down, not the situation you want to be in. Third down and 12 from the 26-yard line. Rummel with 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Jesuit rushes 4. Palmer retreats to throw a screen and does. It's to Chase. He's at the 25-30, 35-40. He broke a tackle at the 50. He may go. He's at the 40. He cuts to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, and he is to the pylon, and he is knocked out of bounds just short of the goal line. Get the ball in the hands of your best player. Rummel did. He's all the way down to the Jesuit 4-yard line with a first and goal.
One thing I made a comment in the first game, they didn't give it to Chase enough in the second half, but they didn't waste long in this football game to get it to their best football player. Again, he's knocked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. And this is where Rummel has trouble finishing drives, Coach Galen.
That was the first time that I could remember this year, even that they ran the tunnel screen with the screen coming back to the inside with their best receiver. Jesuit loves the blitz off the corner, a perfect play call.
So it's first and goal at the 4, a gain of 70 yards. Can Rummel finish the drive? That was a problem the first game when they had a similar type of play. From the Jesuit 4, the running back.
They're going to have to hurry
Jackson.
here.
They're going to have to take a timeout. So
Not
after
good.
the big play, they waste a timeout less than 2 minutes into the game with 10:28 to play in the first. We'll keep it here. 0-0. How important is it for Rummel to put the ball in the end zone here?
I think this could be the ball game decided early if they don't get it in right here. I think they've got to get a touchdown here. They had a little confusion right there. You never want to take a timeout this early in the football game. If you have confusion, you're better off taking it. I think 3 points is not going to mean anything here. They need a touchdown here.
You've got, once again, the team that makes something happen early gains a significant confidence advantage. You've got to take it right at Jesuit here. I'm even thinking that a pass and getting it into the end zone doesn't hurt Jesuit as much as pounding the ball in the end zone.
Right.
A player did not go in the game for Rummel. They had a substitution error. One of their fullbacks did not go in the game, and Jay banished him from the white part of the field.
I think so.
On the sideline.
Yeah, that's a timeout you hate to waste early. First and goal at the 4. Kyrell Jackson is the running back. A receiver to either side of the formation. Snap it. They're going to give to Jackson. He's going to get hit in the backfield. Shook one tackle, but he'll be hit for a huge loss. Well, so much for running at him. That's not going to work.
Huge.
Way back at the 11, so much for that. That's a loss of 7 yards on the play.
That play had no chance at all. They had a blitz. The guy wasn't even picked up. Nobody was near him, and this right here is a big loss. Coach,
and that comes out of a timeout.
Right. If Chase would have scored, the momentum would immediately have gone to Rummel.
Yep.
But if Jesuit holds him here, with not a touchdown or just a field goal, all of a sudden that momentum changes back to Jesuit's favor.
Huge assignment error there because that was not an exotic blitz.
No.
And you know that they're coming.
Rummel is just not even out of the huddle. With 8 on the play clock, they're going to be lucky to get this off. Second and goal from the 11. They're not going to get this off. 3, 2, 1. And where's the flag? There it is. Rummel gets a 5-yard penalty, and this is an absolute disaster for Rummel offensively.
This is
no excuse.
No excuse at all. Coming out of play to get it. I don't know. It's just, this is sloppy football. I hate to say that, but it's very sloppy.
Yep, the assignment error, whether you're coming out of the assignment, the missed assignment in the blocking on the first down play, that can happen anytime.
Right, but
my goodness,
not
this one.
No, not at all.
Wide side, right side of the field. They're going to split Chase that way, but the safety rolls over there to double him. Second and goal from the 16. That's what Rummel can expect to see on Chase.
Coming again.
And they run a quarterback draw. Palmer shook one tackle and gets to about the 9. So he gets a nice 7-yard gain, but it's going to be third and goal from the 9.
Yeah, that's one of the ways that you combat the blitz is that you spread them out with, in effect, 5 wide receivers and run the quarterback. That puts them back into play here. They needed a positive play there. And so it gives them a chance.
But it shows Jesuit's plan on defense, Rick. They're going to send people.
Yeah, they're coming off the corners. They've been blitzing on every play off the corners.
Yeah. They are coming, and it's not going to stop.
Third and goal from the 9-yard line. Rummel's again late getting out of the huddle. They are taking forever. They're rushing to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds left. This is, wow. They get the snap off. Palmer rolls right. He's in deep trouble in a sack. And this offensive series is a complete disaster for Rummel. Total disaster.
Yeah. Great play to get the big play they needed, and after that they have not gained a yard. This is not looking good.
And Jay Roth just threw his clipboard onto the ground in total
he's in total frustration. I mean, total frustration.
Loss of 5 to the 14, and Rummel will try a field goal. This will be Connor Perrette out of the hole of Donovan Mayer. It's going to be a 31-yard attempt center of the field. High snap, ball spotted, kick is up, he's hit it high, he's hit it long, and he's hit it through. So a timeout on the field with 8:12 to play in the first quarter. Rummel 3, Jesuit nothing. Back in a moment. This is Archbishop Rummel football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and watching live at SportsNOLA.com. Back, and I still don't understand Jesuit's strategy of going against the wind when Rummel won the toss, but Jesuit will start from its own 20 after Rummel's opening drive, which the Raiders were able to score on. It's a 7-play drive, 58 yards, and 3:48 off the clock. A 31-yard field goal by Connor Perrette. Jesuit goes on offense from its own 20.
That's what they had to do. What Rummel had to do, give Jesuit the long field, because the one thing that Jesuit does have trouble with is making explosive plays. Give him the long field as much as possible.
And it's Alex Watermeyer at quarterback. We did not see him in the first game, but he has started games for Jesuit this year. And he's going to throw on first down. Diving catch made for about 4 yards. Tight coverage and a long throw to make, but he made the throw and got it there complete to Ashton Loria for a gain of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Watermeyer struggled with his accuracy this year. Got a big arm.
Again, he's 37 for 89. That's
Right.
not a very good percentage for only 494 yards, but a pretty good throw there and a long throw.
Into the wind.
Yeah.
Even though it was a hitch.
2nd down and 6. And they run Pruitt inside. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped for no gain. Brule the first there, but he had a whole bunch of help, as the Raiders had a bunch of players there. The other guy with great penetration was 71, Wayne Roussel, and he stacked up. They gave him a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. That's what Pruitt does. He'll always fall forward, won't he?
I'll tell you what, I was impressed with Connor Pruitt in the first game, Kenny. He was very, very tough. He always moves the pile, okay?
So here's a 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. I formation. Jesuit sticks with power. A receiver to either side. Standard defensive front, and they'll run it left with Connor Pruitt, and he's short. He gets it up near the 29, but that's a yard short. So tackled there. Rummel playing their first series without their best player, Munson, and it looks like they've gotten a stop. It's going to be 4th and 1, and I doubt that they go for it.
No, I don't think they'll go for it. Rummel right here should come up in pretty good field position. The young man punting into the wind as we see Munson going back to receive this punt.
Well, there you go. He didn't play the first series, but he'll be back to receive the punt.
Well, he was
Don't mess
the
up your punt return team.
Yeah, don't mess up that for sure. Do a lot of stuff, but leave that guy in there. He feels it pretty good, okay? You don't care about him running it back too much. Catch it.
Yeah, you don't suspend somebody from kicking teams.
Yeah.
Punt is away. It's a beautiful spiral. Fair catch called for and made about the 42-yard line by Munson. That's why he's back there. Yep. And Rummel gets good field position with 6:24 to play in the first quarter, leading 3-0 over Jesuit. So let's see if the Raider offense can get it done again. As bottom line is, if you go back to the first game, the difference in the game was number 1, Jamar Chase. And he's already the difference in this game early. Rummel needs to find ways to get him the football. And they did so early, and it certainly paid off. And Rummel starts with that 42.
Find ways to get plays in a football game.
That might help.
That's what have to start.
I really don't understand that. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. And here's a fake by Palmer, who wants to throw. Looking, throwing, dangerous throw, and incomplete. Wow.
Boy, that was
he threw the ball in
up.
a bunch of traffic, and lucky there as that ball went down to the ground. Incomplete. Francione, the intended receiver, he had a lot of time to throw. He just didn't identify anybody open.
Yeah, a lot of time to throw. Not a very good throw, and it shouldn't have been thrown to Francione.
No.
Yep. Play action pass using the jet sweep as a run action. So 2 players from Jesuit dropped off with the flare. So they had the pass routes covered, but there was
this time they line up Chase in the slot to the left on 2nd down and 10. Movement up front by Rummel will cost the Raiders 5 yards. So that's their 2nd penalty for 10 yards.
And that you tell you, penalties like that, fumbles and all are demoralize you. Things of this kind right here would change the whole tempo of the ball game. Play calling, attitude, everything. And Rummel's offense right now, no sync to it at all.
No, just made 1 play. That's been it.
That's
2nd down and 15 from the 37-yard line. But frankly, it's not been a team that's been able to sustain drives all season long.
I agree, but you can't put yourself in a hole with penalties.
Of course not. Palmer wants to throw a bubble screen outside, caught by Chase. He got by 1, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Knocked out of bounds, just getting the ball.
That's all
First
you got to do.
down Rummel to the Jesuit 40-yard line, a gain of 23.
And I said in the first game, the second half, they got the ball and Chase. It wouldn't have come down to the last play of the game. This guy right here is a man against other boys out there right now.
Against younger men.
Against younger men. Yeah, I didn't want to say boys, younger men, okay?
Good job so far of determining whether to run the tunnel screen back inside, which they did versus the blitz, or the bubble screen, which they did that time where he bubbles out to the outside against standard coverage. So a nice job in the play calling and decision making.
1st and 10 of the Jesuit 45-55 to play in the first quarter, 3-0 Rummel. Straight run by Jackson, bounces it outside right, cuts back inside, and gets about 3 to the 37-yard line. Holding the ball tight as Jesuit tries to rip it out, and it's Perry Gansey on the tackle.
it's going to be, I think Rummel's, they have success throwing the ball to Chase right now, but the idea is that they're really going to have to establish some type of running game to just keep the Jesuit defense honest.
I mean, that's what they do, and you have to attack what the defense does best in order to demoralize them. So they've got to take shots with the running game as well.
Second down and 7 yards to go. And again, a little confusion. They finally get set where they wanted to. They're barely going to get this play off in time. They're going to run inside with Trufant. He has a hole. Bump down hard as he gets near the 31. Short of a first down, but picks up 5 or 6. A little bit of a gap there for him.
Well, but this is 4-down territory right here, I would think. I would think right here, they don't make it this down, then they got to try a field goal from there. I think they got 2 downs to make a first down.
Well, you say that, but the wind's at the back of Perrette. He has a good leg.
I know it is, but still.
Yeah, right now it's a 50-yard attempt.
Yeah, 49 yards, 30 down, and 2 yards to go from the 32. So if you're thinking that way, then you're thinking 2 runs.
Yes.
Jackson in the backfield with Palma. So is Jesuit, by the way. They're going to run Jackson left, and he's going to be stopped short. So he got a yard, and that's it. As I mentioned, I don't think they're going to be able to run at them. A yard for Jackson is 4th and 1 at the 31.
What Jackson tried to do was bounce it to the outside. If he tried to bounce at the outside, didn't have that speed to get outside. I think if he just cut back but stayed on that straight path, he may have made the first down.
Well, now that it's 1 yard to go, they're going for it. Yep. So it's 4th and 1 at the 31.
You have to, yeah.
If it's 4th and 2 or more, I think they would have thought about it. But Trufant's in the game. This is where if you were confident in that quarterback, you might sneak it. But it's a full yard to make. 4th and 1 at the 31. Rummel will go for it. Palma looks over to the sideline. 2 receivers, but you got to believe they're out there for window dressing. And play clock's down to 4 to 3. They're going to run Trufant on a counter play, and he's not going to get there. Jesuit stopped him. They're not going to run at Jesuit, and they stopped him cold, and Jesuit will get the football back.
And I didn't think that was smooth execution
not
also on offense.
And again, they were late.
Yeah, they were late, and the handoff was not there, and not handled correctly by the quarterback, and that was the main thing there. They had 2 downs to make 2 yards and didn't get it. So, offensively, other than the 2 big plays, the chase has been nothing.
Well, I think we've seen enough of this matchup. Other than the 1 long run by Jackson, if you remember the first game, they couldn't run the ball at Jesuit at all, and I don't see the ability to do that here tonight. 1st and 10 of the 31-yard line. Blue Jays with a big stop. Watermeyer wants to throw the slant, threw it behind the intended receiver, incomplete. Coverage by DeNove. The pass was intended for Loria. It will be 2nd and 10.
Now, Jesuit had a lot of success in that last game it did, Rick, with that slant right there. Yes, and it really hurt Rummel. Good job that time by the Raider defense.
2nd and 10, Blue Jays at their own 32. So actually, Rummel lost a yard on that last run by Trufant. Rummel with minus yards rushing thus far. Here's a run left. Pruitt, nice cut. Gets to the 35, and Brule stands him up and stops him at the 36. A good job by Brule to stop the hard-charging Pruitt. He gets 4. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Okay, he got that on his own, Coach Gailey.
Good recovery by the Rummel defense. Looked like he was going to have an opportunity because they slipped Connor Pruitt in there in the Wildcat situation. But a good recovery by Brule.
And Brule playing Mike linebacker as opposed to safety. 3rd down and 6. Blue Jays with 3 receivers to the left. Watermeyer looking that way. A lot of time. He's going to go deep down the field, and the receiver's open, and he's not going to catch him. Boy, the receiver was open. And I mean, Rummel blew coverage. And open on the play was Elijah Morgan. But throwing into the wind, Watermeyer couldn't make an accurate throw.
Right. Yep, and it hung up in the air, and the receiver didn't judge it well enough, didn't stop his forward progress fast enough to come back and catch it standing up, and he was catching it falling down and backwards. But a big assignment area.
What was impressive there was the time he had to throw. Jesuit gave him all day. Here's Chenove to punt it away. Low snap. He'll get it. Got it off. Low kick. It's going to bounce at the 35. Big Jesuit bounce inside the 30. And we'll be down at the Rummel 27 or so with 2:45 or so to play in the first quarter. Still 3-0 Rummel on top of Jesuit. So,
Rick, adjustments that you feel Rummel has to make offensively after a couple series.
They've got to keep Jesuit running side to side and not let them keep attacking forward. And you can't allow yourself to get in long yardage situation on 3rd down to where they can make up a blitz, because Troy Baglio, the defensive coordinator, that's what he does especially.
Oh, he does a great job there.
But
shotgun Palma, and Jackson is next to him. 4 receivers set, no tight end on 1st and 10 from the 27. Palma's going to throw the bubble screen again. That one's caught, and this time nothing. Well, it's not Chase catching it that time. No disrespect. It's Cole Young,
but
and
Chase
he's tackled.
Missed the block.
Chase missed the block. That's what I was about to say. So you got to be able to block too. A gain of 2 at 2nd and 8.
Yeah, if Chase would have got his block, he'd have had some yards.
Big play possibility there.
Yep.
Because there was only one defender with a blocker and the ball carrier.
2nd down and 8 from the 29. Again, a 4 receiver set. Seems to be the favored formation. Palmer will throw the same play the other way. This is to Chase. He gets 1 block, but he's in trouble, and he's not going to go very far. To the 32, that'll be a gain of 3 as Jesuit swarms to the ball. First man there was Michael Hull.
But again, you have to block on the outside. Rummel had as many men as them out there, but they couldn't block them.
And you can't hesitate on that and give the pursuit a chance to get out there, because that's what Jesuit will depend on, holding up the blocker and letting the posse get to the ball carrier.
So here's the conversion down 3rd and 5 from the 32 as we approach a minute 30 to play in the first quarter.
I don't think we'll see a run here.
Palma shotgun, takes the snap, wants to throw heavy pressure. He's going to go down. No, he shook him. Now he's rolling left and looking, and he throws across his body and delivered a strike. What a job by Palma.
That was a great job.
And that's to Jeremy Walker for a first down to the 39. You got to give Jacob Palma an enormous amount of credit there.
And I tell you, he threw it against his body down. He threw a rocket in a perfect spot, and they picked up right there. A huge first down and a big, big momentum maker right there for the Raiders.
He was able to get his feet situated on the ground. Even if he was running left, throwing back a bit to the right, he got his feet back on the ground where he had a solid foundation.
1st and 10, Rummel at its own 39. Snap it. Going to run Jackson on a cutback play right. No chance. They have no chance to run at Jesuit tonight.
When the backs get to the line of scrimmage, all you see is the sea of white.
Exactly. I mean, it's
you see nothing but white. You don't see a red shirt anywhere around.
You're exactly
can't block them. I mean, it's that simple. I think Greek's 100% right. They got to get lateral if they want to have a chance to run the ball against this team in any way, shape, or form. No gain at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're missing the angles and slants of the Jesuit front right now. They're just whiffing on the offensive line play.
Motion into the formation, and they're going to run a speed sweep right. That's got a little bit of a chance to the border. Walker, nice turn in the corner. That's a late hit, and that'll be 15 yards. That's a big mistake by Jesuit. Walker got right at the first down marker with his speed, and he's got a lot of speed. And then a silly play by the Jesuit defender. That big kid was about 5 yards off the field.
Yeah, he was well out of bounds.
Well out of bounds, no question about that at all.
So the gain is 10 yards to the 49, and then a 15-yard penalty.
Exactly. Much better blocking on the perimeter that time. Better timing with the handoff and the mesh with the quarterback. And a nice job of faking a dip inside before bouncing it back outside. He was able to do it while maintaining his speed. So overall, beautifully executed play. And yes, Jesuit will make mistakes on occasion.
On occasion. I really like this scheme, though, Rick. They're really giving the Rummel offensive line a lot of different things to look out with their slanted coming from the edge. Even though they show a three-man front,
First penalty, 15 yards on Jesuit. 1st and 10 at the Jesuit 36. Palma is in shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Going to run Jackson. Trying to bounce it right. He does to the 32 and knocked out of bounds. And another flag down. That's going to be holding on Rummel.
It's going to be holding against Rummel, no doubt about it.
So that'll put Rummel way behind the chains after Jackson gained about 4 or 5 yards on the play. But you can know when it's in space like that on a run that takes that long, you're going to have holding, you rest assured.
Yep.
And the flag is laying at about the 35, so it's a spot foul. It's going to be 1st and 19 by the time this is over.
Yep, that can happen on plays that start inside and bounce outside. Yep. If the receiver doesn't keep his shoulders square on the stalk block especially and keep his feet active, then you have a tendency to try to reach as the defender's trying to release to get to the ball carrier.
I don't know if he called it on an outside receiver, though, Rick. I don't know.
Well, it was by the line judge.
Yeah.
And the flag was on the
This
boundary.
could be the final play of the quarter. 18 seconds left in the quarter, and it's 1st and 19 Rummel at the Jesuit 45. Palmer shotgun. Jesuit showing blitz. They're off sides, so that'll stop the play cold. Didn't have any continuation there. They blow the whistle with the defender in the neutral zone. So from 1st and 19, it's going to be 1st and 14. Jesuit, again, blitzing every time. in a long yardage situation off the corner.
And then that come with the same guy. They're mixing it up pretty good. They making Rummel guess who's coming, who's not coming. They're well schooled. But, again, Rummel, every time they get a chance to do something, they shoot themselves in the foot in the whole first quarter. I mean, they did nothing but destroy themselves so far up to this point offensively.
Well, they've got 3 penalties, 25 yards, does Rummel, and they've hurt.
Oh, every yard of those penalties hurt them big time.
So now it's 1st and 14 from the Jesuit 40. And it's Jackson in the backfield with Palma, who's in shotgun. And again, they're late on the play clock, got it off. Palma play fakes, wants to throw, steps up, throws the out, delivered a strike. Beautiful throw. A lot on it, and right between the 8 and the 5 of Francione. Can't make a better throw than that. Francione to the 29, gains 11.
But also I thought it was great defense by just number 5, the defensive back.
And that is the end of the first quarter. So our score is Rummel 3, Jesuit nothing. Back to check in with Mike Cardell in a moment. This is Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM. Low snap, rolling left, stopping, looking, throwing, corner. And a great catch as he hit it. Touchdown. What a great catch. What a good throw. That's Evan Francione with a big play. 8-yard touchdown reception. And it's 9-0 Raiders. I love this kid. He is a good football player.
I tell you, it was a great throw by Palmer. What a catch by Francione, and to keep his foot there. You know, we talked about this, Ken, and you said you praised Francione. You and Rick have praised him the whole year. It's a clutch receiver and a very good receiver. Hey, he proved y'all right there.
Yes, indeed. And a different pass action than Rummel has done in the past. Sprint stop. He sprinted behind the left tackle and then pulled up to throw it.
Extra point attempt is up by Perretta, and it is good. Timeout on the field. 9:05 to play in the first half. The Raiders 10, the Blue Jays nothing. Back in a moment. This is Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and streaming live at SportsNOLA.com. Rummel will kick it off. Perretta will kick into the wind. Jesuit should return this one. Twin receivers deep. Connor kicked the touchback his first time with the wind at his back. Hits this well, but returnable from the 5. On the move to the 10. 15-20. Oh, wow. Just upended by guess who? Derek Munson just flew right into the return man for Jesuit, who was 86, Bryce Musso, who, by the way, is the godson of Jay Roth. And that time, the godson did not really like what his godfather's teams did to him, because Derek Munson does that to a lot of people.
Well, hey, Jay and Bryce had a big hug right before the ball game, okay?
And we did check with the replay official. Francione was definitely inbounds.
Good.
No question.
Jesuit at its own 19 on first down. They run Pruitt inside. Pruitt fights hard about the 22, maybe the 23.
And Rick, that was really a big touchdown by Rummel there. They had to come away with a field goal again, 6-0. Hey, 10-0's a lot different than hanging on to a 6-0 lead at one play. One play puts you behind.
And a different scheme, once again, of protecting the quarterback, sprinting out, pulling up, getting his feet into place, and having multiple pass protectors.
Gain of 3 at 2nd and 7 from the 22. Jesuit sticks with the power formation. Fullback ahead of Pruitt. Pruitt gets the call inside. He had a little cavity, but this time he stood up and by Jacoby Jones. Well, you love to see that safety come up and fill like that.
Well,
Jones came flying up.
They also had a little blitz that time going.
Yep,
remember, Jacoby Jones was the big man in the first game with 2 interceptions.
Yes.
Exactly, and that's exactly right, Ken. You love to have your safety read what the structure of the play is and be able to fill in the appropriate area.
3rd down for Jesuit. And 5 yards to go from the 24. Blue Jays are looking for their first down of the game.
Let's see them come here with that quick slant again.
It's a 3-receiver set. They're all to the right. Watermeyer shotgun takes the snap. Looking that way. Throws the slant and into nobody. Well, he struggled with accuracy this year, and that was nowhere near the intended receiver, Loria.
They came with what they're having success with, you know.
Way late on the throw, and Rummel's very aware that slants are a big part of the action.
Yeah.
The defensive backs, and they were in a 3-2, a 3-3 nickel type of look that time, and all the defensive backs were aligned inside.
The Rummel again should come up with great field position.
Chenove to punt it away. Good snap, plenty of time. He hits it to the side. It's going to bounce. Big bounce inside the 40, inside the 35, inside the 30, all the way down to the Rummel 26.
Yeah.
What a big flip of the field by Chenove, kicking it away from the return man. And did it ever pay off? 50 yards and no return.
Yeah, because they'd have fielded it, fair catch, so they had great field position. But, Rick, look at Coach Roth. He said that he was going to do something a little bit different offense in this ball game. Said he kind of sat on it in the first game, but Right now, he's zipping out there knowing he has no success running the football. So, hey, I'm going to take my shot and I'm going to throw it out.
And they've come up with some pass protection schemes to try to help the offensive line a little bit, because it looks like tonight, if you let Palmer get his feet in the ground and set, that he's going to be accurate with it so far.
Come out with 3 wides right here.
Yeah, they've been in 3 and 4 wides the whole time.
And what they're doing, they're moving Chase around. They're moving him in the slot. They're moving to the outside one-on-one. So
First and 10 at the 26. Palmer fakes it, wants to throw it. He's waiting. He's throwing deep down the field. Wobbly pass intercepted. Terrible throw at the 50. 45-40. Here's the big play for Jesuit at the 30. Broke a tackle. Still on his feet. Cut back 25. Still on his feet. Broke another tackle. And all the way down to the 22. Into the wind. Very poor throw. And the interception by Michael Hall changes the complexion of this game.
And I tell you what, Jamar Chase was running free right down the middle of the field. He was a slot, the inside slot guy. They forgot about him. There was nobody within 10 yards of him. Threw the wrong guy.
Very, very poor decision, late and deep. And when you're late on your throw into the wind, the defensive back is just sitting there waiting for it. That was as easy an interception as he'll ever
And
have.
for a team in Jesuit that has not made a first down, Rummel's just giving them the ball at their 22-yard line.
And they had a touchdown with Chase. There was nobody there. He was by himself.
7:14 to play and a half. Blue Jays are set up now.
Little power eye formation.
Indeed. On 1st and 10. Run Pruitt inside. Broke a tackle. Broke another tackle. He got 3 yards out of nothing. Just a tough run.
Rick, that was an interesting set. Unbalanced line right, power wide to the left.
That's right. They're trying to get Rummel misaligned.
Yeah.
Rummel's had some problems with that in the second half of the season, misaligning the things. And so that was one of their special run plays and shifts after a turnover.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the Rummel 19-yard line. 6:45 and counting first half, 10-0 Rummel, but Jesuit with a real opportunity in the red zone. I formation, Pruitt dots the I. You'll get the call running left. Pruitt shook a tackle. Munson's holding on to him, though, and he gets him down at about the 17. So a pickup of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Rick, I said that Jesuit was in that time in Miami in 1960 when I was coaching at Jesuit. We come out unbalanced line right, and we go single wing left, baby. And let me tell you what, we by ourselves to the left, okay?
Exactly.
So here's a big 3rd and 5 at the Rummel 17. Jesuit with Musso and Loria right. Watermeyer directing traffic. Jesuit lines up at the line of scrimmage, so they got plenty of time. Now they have what they want. Talbot is the up back. And 3rd and 5. Watermeyer gives to no one. He play fakes, rolls left. He's going to be tackled. A beautiful play in space to run him down and get him down for the Raiders, and that was Aaron Brule who got him. For no gain, it's going to be 4th and 5, and you would think a field goal attempt.
That was a formation or an assignment bust there, because they wound up unbalanced line to the right. And I'm thinking that they're going to try to power this thing, maybe 2 runs, and then he's bootlegging out to the left, and the receiver that should have been there to the left wasn't
not there.
So
right.
that was a complete bust on that.
Jesuit thought about it, but they've got to kick the field goal here. And they've got a good kicker in Chenove, who's going to try this from 34 yards out left hash mark, Jake Chenove. Snap good, spot is down. The kick is high, and he's hit it very well, and it is good. So at 5:07 to play in the first half, Jesuit capitalizes on the interception, and they've cut the Rummel lead to 10-3. It's still a big stop by the Rummel defense.
It was a great job of the Rummel defense right there, giving Jesuit only 3 points. But I'm like Rick, the big play for Jesuit, it was just a misalignment because he bootlegged out to the left-hand side. That was supposed to be a receiver out there, okay? He wasn't going to be by himself, okay? But also give Brule credit for coming a long way and making that tackle, because he almost, if Brule is not out there, he might have went in for a touchdown, Rick.
Exactly, and that's Brule has been so good this year, so versatile, that yes, he's designed to be a safety, but had to go to middle linebacker earlier in the year. They tried to put him back at safety against Curtis, and that wasn't nearly as effective. When Aaron Brule is there in the middle, the Rummel defense plays exceptionally well.
Let's see if Jesuit here is going to decide with the wind kicking off. Are they going to pooch kick it, or are they going to kick it deep?
Well, they like to pooch kick the ball. I mean, that's what they like to do. So if you're Rummel, you got to guard against deep, but you got to expect the ball in the hole. Remember in the first game, Francione fielded like 3 of those kickoffs. Right. He's in one of those up positions right now. He is in an up position along with Chase Cutler for Rummel.
Yeah, I'm surprised as good a kicker as Chenove is that he can't reach the end zone down.
Yeah, especially now with the wind at his back. Let's see if he attempts to do it. he will, and he hits it well. Chase chases it, but it's 2 yards deep, so there it is.
Yeah. Sure, you've got to do that and make Rummel drive the 80 yards.
Absolutely.
Makes sense to me.
Makes sense, very much sense to me.
Because the guy can kick. I mean, we're not talking about somebody that they got to cover for. I can certainly understand perhaps with
let's see if Palmer can shake off the last play, because up until then he'd been near perfect. He's 9 of 12 for 117 yards, a touchdown with the interception. So let's see what he can do, because obviously Rummel's got to throw the ball to be successful.
No doubt about it.
Here tonight.
That's exactly right. No success whatsoever running inside Jesuit is much better than
Rummel again opens a formation, 4 receivers, 3 left, 1 right. Jackson, the running back, next to Palmer, who fakes it, throws outside the chase into the boundary. He'll get about 5. That's like a good running play to get you 5. That's all it's designed to do.
You take that every time. You know, he was out there, but Jesuit really was dope. That safety was moving over, Rick. You know,
well,
he was cheating over. Yeah,
he was moving down to become the 6th defender, because they only had 5 defenders against 5 blockers. He was going to become the 6th run defender, and so that made him run sideways. He was trying to come downhill and had to turn and run.
2nd down and 5 from the 25.
And spread out again.
Man in motion is Chase. And they're going to run it on a read to Jackson. He's got a hole. 1st down, 30, 35, 40. Foot race, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Keeps his footing, 25, 20. Cuts back, 15, 10. He's going to score. There are no flags. Kirill Jackson with a 75-yard touchdown run. Spread them out and run the football.
Get them running side to side and create openings inside. And Jackson took it to the house. Once again, he's had enormous success against Jesuit in the past.
Unreal.
And we said, hey, Jackson, you know, that Rummel couldn't finish off a long touchdown run with Jackson that time, making that cut around the 15-yard line, cutting it back to the inside. That was a good effort by Jackson. So Rummel quickly answers to Jesuit 3 points.
And people were blocked.
Yeah.
We saw an offensive line.
We saw it. Our 2 eyes.
The red team blocked people. That was a tremendously executed play.
Yeah, they really spread them out, and that Jesuit only had a 6-man box, and Rummel blocked them well, and Jackson went the distance. The extra point is up, and he has hit it through. So with 4:15 to play in the first half, it is Rummel 17, Jesuit 3. That's a big answer for the Raiders.
I think that's a big boost for the offensive line now, Rick. You know, they did block right there. It might give them a little confidence. But I like what Coach Roth is doing. He is spreading them out, making them cover sideline to sideline. And then, hey, you hit in there and anything can happen.
That's right, because on that series, on the first play, they had 3 down linemen and 2 backers, so they had 5 against 5 blockers, tried to bring a safety down, threw the ball outside, so the safety had to turn and run. And the second time, they did have 6 defenders against 6 blockers. But since their attention has got to be on the perimeter, that eliminates 1 defender from the running game. And that was, it was a well-executed play, but Jackson really
he made the play work,
that we really hadn't seen all year.
Not at all.
An explosive play for a score. We've seen some big plays.
He broke the tackle in the secondary. Then he cut back beautifully.
Yeah, the
just ran
cutback was
the
the beautiful thing, Kenny.
And outran the angle of one of the safeties.
Yeah, right down here.
So that was there was several elements to a play that looked pretty simple.
Sometimes simple plays are the best plays.
Yeah. Oh, they are. There's no doubt. When they work, they're all simple.
Well, when they work, they're all good. All right.
Yes, indeed. Great call.
There's the kickoff by Perrette. Hits it well. This ball's traveling to the end zone. Wow. What a kick by Perrette. Into the wind, touchback. What a weapon. And Jesuit will start from its own 20. Hey, you just can't understate that when you make a team who's struggling offensively. Jesuit has not made a first down, and they've got to go 80 yards.
80 yards.
And they're shaking right now. But now you know that their resolve. You know that their resolve will force them to bounce back. And this is an incredibly influential drive in their success tonight.
No doubt.
Let's see if they come out and start throwing the ball early and first down right
Twin receivers left, tight formation otherwise. Tight end tucked in right side on 1st and 10 from the 20. Going to throw a quick one underneath. That's caught. And the ball comes out, and Rummel's going to recover. Coming up with it for the Raiders is Jacoby Jones, who somehow likes to get turnovers against Jesuit, doesn't he?
But I tell you what, also, Rummel was right there. The pass was complete, but Rummel really closed on that real quick, put a good lick on a receiver. Ball came out, Rummel with a great opportunity right here, leading 17-3, 4-7 left. Rick, a touchdown right here could really put the Raiders in great shape.
Absolutely, and they'll probably take a shot right off the bat. But a quick pop screen to the outside receiver with a blocker in front of him. But Rummel did have two defenders there, and then the pursuit forced the turnover.
So Rummel gets the ball at the Jesuit 28-yard line with 4:07 to play in the first half. On first down. Run inside by Jackson. Runs hard, picks up 2 or 3. Ran hard to stick it in there and get those 3 yards.
That's been an effective play that Rummel's used this year, where they fake the zip sweep. I call it the zip sweep or the jet sweep, and then run the inside zone. A moderately efficient play.
You know what's good about it, Rick, is that you move the chain on first down. Yep. That's the biggest thing. It gives you a 2nd and 7. You can do a lot of things on 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7 from the 25-yard line. Jackson Denny's in at tight end. He's a freshman. They're going to run it inside for about 2 or 3 more.
Yep, Rummel going unbalanced on that time.
That is Trufant on the carry this time to the 22, so it's 3rd down and 4.
The tight end and the wide receivers were all to the left, and they ran behind the unbalance that time. Now here we go into the wind at the 22-yard line, Ken.
3rd and 4 at the 22.
Yeah, so 4-down zone?
I don't think so. I mean, I think you just saw Perrette kick one into the end zone. I think it's inside of 40 yards.
I think
he's fine.
I think you need points right here.
Well, 3 points is points. One way or the other. Exactly, yep. 3rd and 4. Rummel wants to convert. And they blow it dead before the snap. I did not see a flag.
Rummel called timeout.
So they'll have 1 remaining with 2:51 to play in the half. And a good timeout there. If you're going to use them, now's the time. You want points here, one way or the other. Now, keep in mind in the first game we did this year, Rummel had a 17-7 lead and it dominated the first half. And they took a shot and then went incomplete and had to punt the ball, and Jesuit got a field goal before the half to make it a 1-score game, which made it a tight, tough game the rest of the way. So this becomes a big series. If Rummel can somehow get this to a 3-score game, it's going to be very hard for Jesuit.
Yeah, if Rummel can get a touchdown right here, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Jesuit. Even if they come away with a field goal, you want to take some points right now into the locker room. Yeah. Now remember, Jesuit's going to receive the kickoff to begin the third quarter. That's a good point you made, though, Kenny. Jesuit scoring right before the half in the last game really changed the complexion.
It's a similar situation. You got under 3 minutes left. Rummel's in a position where they could get points. Maybe the best thing that could happen for Rummel here is that they convert, make a first down, and get the clock moving.
I think that would make it a lot easier,
Run the
Kenny.
clock, right?
I tell you, it's a good observation, Mr. Trahan.
Although if they score a touchdown, I don't think anybody would be too disappointed if they're Rummel fans. 3rd and 4, Jesuit moving all over the place. Play fake Palmer. Wants to throw it, steps up. He could run, and he does, and he doesn't run. But he kind of stopped when he got to the line to make and turned sideways. But he got the first down.
They're going to hit me. They're going to hit me right now.
He got the first down.
He got the first, and that was big. That was good decision by Palmer. He saw the opening, and, hey, why put it up in there and take the chance? I can make this first down.
Absolutely. 5-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the Jesuit 17, so they do exactly what I said.
It's going to move the clock, too, Kenny.
Sure it will. 2:30 to play in the half and counting. 1st and 10 at the 16. They run Trufant inside. He's stacked up. Might have gotten a yard. Trufant to the 16 gets 1. It's 2nd and 9.
Looking at the Rummel back there, looking for an opening and looking for a hole some kind of way. Somebody down on the field for the Raiders.
Well, that's not good.
Not an offensive line, no.
And there we go again. And that's Armand Cox, their captain, who they just, they need him out there. He is their key guy, and he's snapping the ball. And I mean, all year long they've been unable to get him on the field, and he'll go down. So that's not good.
Not good at all.
Rummel's going to have to bring in they just don't have the depth up front. And Ethan Lacombe's going to have to come in. And now you have to watch the snaps. Keep in mind, you take that for granted, don't you? So look at this. Right away, Palmer's going to come over and start taking snaps from the center replacement.
But Ethan Lacombe has played some.
He has.
Yeah. You're not putting in somebody who's never saw any action at all.
But I want to remind you that when Cox didn't play a lot, how many snaps did Rummel fumble from center?
It's been a history all year of Rummel fumbling the ball. Okay, they've cost themselves a lot of stuff. But right there, you see him getting snaps immediately. Hey, don't stop getting them. Keep on snapping as long as you can down there.
It's just been a revolving door up front with.
It looks like he might be okay. He's getting up. Let's see, man.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Wait. Let's see if he walks. He's got a little limp.
I'd say it's a little. It's a significant limp. He can't put a whole lot of weight on his right leg.
Yeah, but they're not supporting his weight.
No. Yeah. He's trying to walk it on his own, and we'll get an update from Mike Cardella. Mike, of course, will get Coach Roth for a couple of questions right at halftime. It'll be good stuff to ask about Jamar Chase, obviously, in the big plays and opening the formations and the big run by Jackson. A lot of good stuff to ask about there.
Ken, anything Mike's ready for Coach Roth today, huh? Tonight?
I think he is.
Is he ready? Is he ready? Is he prepared? Is he prepared? That's what I want. Come on, Mike, go get it, baby.
No. The investigative reporter cap has been left at home. It's 2nd and 9 from the 16. Palmer shotgun. Takes it, fakes it, looking, throwing, post corner route. Jeremy Walker, what a throw, touchdown. What a perfect back shoulder throw. What a throw. Jeremy Walker scores, and Rummel has opened up a 23-3 lead.
Beautifully described, Ken, because that was a deep route going toward the corner, and he threw the ball at the shoulder away from the back line, and he was able to turn. The defensive back never saw the ball.
Right.
Had his back to the quarterback the whole time.
Rick, and it was a great throw, but let me tell you what, that was a great catch.
Yes, indeed.
That was not an easy catch, okay?
Nope.
Good concentration, but you can't place the ball any better than that. That's perfect. An NFL play there. Perfect. Back shoulder, defender has no chance. This is Freebert who's going to try the extra point. So Rummel changes kickers, and Freebert will knock it up, and he'll knock it through. Now, he hasn't missed in his extra point attempts this year, and he keeps it good. Nice to have depth at kicker. So with 1:57 to play in the first half, it's Rummel in control, 24-3 over Jesuit.
That's an incredible opportunity there that the Raiders took advantage of. Answered the Jesuit score with a touchdown, with a long play, force a turnover right away, get the ball in the end zone, convert a 3rd and 4 in a critical situation. Once again, good decision by Palmer. So a lot of good things going for the Raiders right now.
And we've been talking about, the Rummel offense and how lackadaisical has been and all. Coach, look, they got 24 points on the board. Yep. But I think by opening
we haven't talked about it being lackadaisical. They're making big play after big play.
I know, but not running the ball early.
Not running the ball,
and that type of thing.
Well, we said they wouldn't be able to run it at them, but yet they broke a 75-yard run running at them. But they did it by opening Jesuit's defense up with all the receivers, and they were clearly keenly concerned. Keep in mind, wherever Chase goes, if he's on the outside, not in the slot, they're rolling a safety to him too, so that's effectively taking 2 guys away.
And I like what they're doing with Chase. They're playing him everywhere, in the slot, or inside, they're playing him outside, they're moving him around. And
here's the kick by Perret. This one's going to carry to about the 4. It's returnable. 10. Musso, 15, and he's going to be hit by Munson. And then the rest of the red shirts get there and drop him at the 20 with 1:49 to play in the half.
That is quite a kickoff. He's getting good height on it, coming down to the 4 or 5 yard line, and the coverage has just been exquisite tonight, meeting the ball carrier for the second time at or inside the 20-yard line.
Of course, they're moving Chase around too, and you take a quality receiver and a quality athlete like Chase, and you put him in a slot or something, it makes it a lot more difficult to cover than if you have him split out.
It makes the defense have to identify.
Yeah,
and then everybody's got to adjust to that cover.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Jesuit at its own 20-yard line. And here's a run by Pruitt left. He's got no chance. I mean, just absolutely buried there. Derek Munson's there. Jacoby Jones is there. I mean, he had nowhere to go.
And how much that last touchdown by Rummel may have taken out of this Jesuit team, too, Coach Haley?
Well, this half's not over yet. Second down.
I agree.
And 10 at the 20.
Always get it.
Throw outside. That's what I'm talking about right there. Intercepted by Rummel. That's what I meant about the half not being over, is that Rummel can score again. And they've got the ball down to the Jesuit 20. And guess who picked it off? Great play by McDaniel. Darryl McDaniel just undercut the route. He was sitting there waiting on it.
Right there.
Yes, indeed.
Bad throw.
That's a short side of the field trying to throw an out route. Jesuit didn't huddle. They were in there. Speed up the clock, stop the clock type of offense, but throwing the out route into the boundary, the corner was sitting right there. They've really got a good book on where Jesuit's trying to throw the football.
They really do.
By the formations. Now,
Rummel has 1 timeout left and 1:24 to play in the half, and we're at the Jesuit 21.
And this is where you take a shot.
On 1st and 10 from the 21. They're going to run Jackson right. He's got room at the 15. He cuts back. He's at the 14. What an open field tackle there.
Yes,
and that's a really good tackle. I mean, in space, that's as good as it gets by Michael Hull.
I thought when he broke it back, he was going to take it to the house.
I did too. When he cut back, he ended up with 8 yards. Clock running. It'll be down to a minute here momentarily.
Plenty time because you don't want to call your last time out.
Not now.
No sooner than 45 seconds.
No. 2nd and 2 at the 13. 55 seconds and counting. Rummel taking its time.
They got Chase out here.
Trufant in the backfield. Snap it. They're going to run it with Trufant to the right. Nice cut. He's at the 10. He cuts back. He's at about the 6. He's down near the 5 with a 1st and goal. That'll stop the clock to move the chains with 43 seconds left.
And that passing game has really slowed down the Jesuit defense, Coach Galen. Also, that offensive line, I feel, is getting a little confidence now because of that long run by Jackson.
Absolutely. We got 40 and counting right now. Rummel can still huddle up. They've got plenty of opportunities.
The clock is running.
To be able to score right at the end of the half.
1st and goal at the 5. The clock's running under 30 seconds. Palmer shotgun. Takes the snap. Run and a big loss. Got to call a timeout now because you ran the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're down to no timeouts. And that's a concern. Now you have to throw the ball and you can't get sacked. Jackson loses significant yardage. Back to the 9, a loss of 4. Timeout Rummel. They've got none left.
That was very similar to the first down play here at the 4-yard line, trying to run a running play to the left side and the backside, not securing against the blitz. It's like they're trying to block men rather than reaching toward the play and blocking the defenders as they unfold.
Mick, Jesuit creates a lot of negative plays because they stun a lot, don't they?
Yeah, but there's nothing that they've done tonight that any offensive line in Week 11 shouldn't be able to pick up.
Yeah.
Missing assignments at this date is absolutely inexcusable, especially on the backside, because that's standard. That doesn't change much from week to week. If you're the backside guard and tackle, you're stepping to the play side, and then as the defense unfolds, you take the first person. So,
Coach Kelly, here.
Well, guess what? Armand Cox is back in the game, too.
Right here, Rummel's going to have to throw the football, but Coach Kelly, one place you don't want to throw it right here is in the flat, do you?
Right.
You don't want to gamble in the flat, huh?
Yeah, unless you have somebody completely
open. Yeah. 2nd and goal from the 9, 21 seconds left. No timeouts for Rummel.
Straight man.
A 4 receiver set and a man in motion across the formation is Cole Young, and a blitz is coming. Faking, and he's going to get sacked, and now Rummel will have to hurry up. 16, 15, the sack block of the 17, 13, 12. They got to spike the ball and try a field goal. 9, 8, 7, 6, and they spike it with 6 seconds left. That's the one thing you knew that couldn't happen, and it happened.
Yep, and it was predictable. They had no safeties in the middle of the field. It was cover 10, man all the way across the board, so you knew somebody was coming. It had to be a catch-and-throw type of look because there was no help on any receiver.
This will be 34 yards for Perrette straight away. Mayer the holder. Snap, spot, kick. He's hit a line drive, and he hooked it left. That's no good. So on the final play of the half, Rummel cannot extend the lead, but it's still an outstanding half for Rummel as they take a 24-3 lead in the halftime. We'll get down to Mike there in a moment to get Coach Roth. And big first half for Jacob Palmer, big first half for Jamar Chase. Hey, Roth clapping. That's a good sign, as you can imagine. He should be. And his defense did not give up a first down. That is a question to ask for sure. Mike, what a defensive performance here in the first half. Not a first down against this defense. Amazing stuff. And he's getting into position. We'll wait for Coach to get with him here.
We saw it to his staff, but I think they'd like to get at least 3 points in this last drive.
Yeah, Connor got a little out of rhythm there. He was hurrying as if he had to hurry up.
I think he saw that guy bearing down on him, too, from the outside, Rick.
Yeah, he hooked it left.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to see that.
He's not supposed to.
Coach Roth confers with his coaches before we'll get to Mike, and they're making sure they get everything settled. But again, Jesuit scored 3 points off a turnover. They did not make a first down. Let's go to Mike Cardella. Mike?
Hey, Coach. Coming out in this first half, I mean, you could say that you can hit the items on your checklist here. I mean, you got the offense going, big plays. That's what you want to see on that side of the ball.
I haven't seen this all season, to be honest with you. This is a pretty good performance in the first half, but still, it's a long way to go.
Well, Coach, you can definitely check the box on defense. No first downs allowed. I mean, that's a pretty remarkable performance against a familiar opponent who knows how to move the ball.
It is. And our defense, if they play like that the second half, we're going to be in real good shape.
Yeah, and Coach, the third item, we talked a little bit before the game about the the desire that you need to come out in a game like this, especially coming off a 3-game losing streak and the circumstances this team's faced. But it looks like your guys are here ready to play tonight.
Well, I'd be lying if I told you I knew they'd be coming out like this. I didn't. I mean, these are kids. You don't know how they're ever going to come out, but they came out, wanted to play another week.
All right, Coach, we'll see you in the second half.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Thanks to Coach Roth for stopping by. It's halftime, and it's Rummel on top of Jesuit, 24-3. We'll take the timeout, back with our halftime show in a moment. You are listening to Rummel Raiders football on Listen, I mean, you don't know what to expect. You never do. I mean, if truth be told, there's another half to play here. But if you'd asked us before the game about this game, you wouldn't have gotten a great response about Rummel because of what's happened over the past 3 or 4 weeks. Not only did they lose their last 3 games, but they had to suspend 10 players last week, kept their best player out of the first series of the game tonight. Yeah. And yet they've come out here, and you just don't know. It's going to be one way or the other. There's going to be no in between. It's either going to be shut it down, see you later, or it's going to be, I'm going to show you. Yes, and I think we're seeing the latter.
But you notice, too, when you suspend 10 players, you feel like when the rest of the teams will back me, might suspend. They might not feel you're doing the right thing, okay?
Exactly.
You know, what is Coach doing, man, suspending 10 players? They might not agree. The parents might agree, but Coach Roth told me one thing. I actually suspended 10 players. How many negative calls you got from parents or kids? His quick answer was none. So that told me something.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly right, that he was getting support, and Ken was exactly right when he was describing that he got support from the administration. He got, obviously, support from the parents. Yeah. And so that certainly is positive. But, you know, Ken, you're exactly right. You don't know how the players are going to respond to it. You know, are they going to look at it as something positive? Are they going to look at it as something negative? Rummel advantage over the years that the general attitude is, I'm going to show you what I can do. And if you present them with a challenge, sometimes a negative challenge, well, I'm going to show you that you're wrong. Yeah. That's part of Raider pride. Okay, you can't tell me that I can't succeed. And they've taken that up, and that's great to see.
We pass on some individual numbers real quick. Jacob Palmer's 11 of 14, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kyrell Jackson in the first half is 11 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. And Jamar Chase, of course, 5 catches for 109 yards first half. So that is pretty impressive stuff, as you might imagine. So they've done a very good job of getting the ball into the hands of playmakers. Jeremy Walker made a nice play in the end zone. Sean Francione, I did it again. Evan Francione made a heck of a catch. I'm going to keep doing it. Evan, I love you, Evan. Sean, I love you too. Evan Francione made a nice catch in the end zone as well. And Kyrell Jackson saw one opportunity with a hole, and he made a great run to finish. And by the way, you got to feel good for that young man. Remember, he tore his knee up against John Curtis in the regular season last year. He came back fast, and it's been tough. Let's be honest. He had a critical fumble against Brother Martin at the 1-yard line that hurt him in that game, and then had a critical fumble against John Curtis, which hurt him. And to see him come back and perform like this, you can't help but feel really good for that young man. As for Jesuit, guys, let's talk about this. If you're Mark Sonji, wouldn't you consider going back to Denny McGinnis at quarterback? Absolutely nothing with Alex Watermeyer in the first half.
Unless McGinnis is hurt or something that we don't know about. I totally agree with you right there that a change.
They need a spark.
Yeah. They need something to give them instant credibility to start out this third quarter.
And I know they only scored 10 against Rummel the first time, and McGinnis was picked off by Jones a couple of times, but they had some good moments.
Have to shake it
the
up
bottom
a
line
bit.
is they've got 28 yards. They haven't done any. Yeah. Haven't been able to do anything against Rummel in the first half. I mean, I have to count. The other thing is I want to try to count the number of snaps because I think it's been so one-sided it's unreal.
Yeah.
3 and out. I'm doing it right now. 3 and out.
It's
so
all
that's
3
9.
and out because they never made a try. It's 9. Okay.
So then 4 with the field goal. So that's 13 plays, and then the fumble. So that's 14 plays, and then a run and a fumble. That's 16 snaps for Jesuit in the first half. 16.
That should
you don't
be
make
a
first
quarter.
downs. You're not moving the ball.
Yeah,
I
mean,
in a type of offense that Jesuit has, since they're not explosive, 16 plays should be a quarter.
Yeah,
you're trying to get to 64 plays, being able to maintain possession of the ball because you're not going to have many short drives, 1 and 2 play drives.
Well, what Jesuit can't do right here, but they can't afford a long drive to eat up 8-9 minutes of the clock. They're playing right into Rummel's hands doing that.
Well, if they try to create explosive plays, they got no chance.
Yeah, I agree with you there too.
So
here's the flip side of that. 40 snaps for Rummel.
Right.
40-16.
Yeah, well, I tell you, they get 40 more snaps tonight. Second half, 80 snaps for a high school
that's not going to happen.
in a game is unheard of, okay?
Yeah, I mean, but 40-16 in any half of football any time is crazy. Rummel will have the wind at its back to start the third quarter, but Jesuit's going to get the ball first. Connor Perrette will be kicking off, like his chances perhaps to reach the end zone here. Musso and Loria are deep for Jesuit. Rummel's coverage teams have been very good thus far in this game.
They have been excellent, and better than coverage is kicking it out of the end zone right now and make Jesuit have to face the drive 80 yards. That's the big thing.
Perrette ready to roll, approaching the football. Puts his right foot into it and hits a line drive toward the goal line. It's caught at the 1. Nope, in the end zone. Yeah. His back foot lands in the end zone, a touchback. Right. So it was close, but that's a touchback, and Jesuit will start from its 20.
That's right. His foot was in the end zone, and even more importantly, the ball has got to cross that front part of the goal line.
Watermeyer's coming back in.
He looks like he's going to play. That's right.
Yeah, I don't disagree. You give him a shot, and what Mark Sanji's got to determine is that lack of offense due to him.
Right.
And no continuity. They have not had the ball.
Yeah.
And when they have, but they have had it, they've gone 3 and out.
Keep going. Yep.
Let's see they come out throwing.
Here's Watermeyer with an I formation. Twin receivers right on 1st and 10. Snap it, fake it, wants to throw it outside. He does, and it's a nice catch. And about 8 or 9 yards for Musso. I mean, he went down to get that ball. That was not a real good throw.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So they did a bubble-type look with the twin receivers to the right. That inside receiver kind of loops back a little bit to get his shoulders square as he's catching the ball, but that was knee-high or lower. It was a great catch on a very simple throw.
2nd and 3 at the 27. That's a good first down play. They haven't had that the whole game to this point. Looking for their first down, and we'll get a flag coming down. That's going to be a false start on Jesuit.
Yeah.
Yep,
that changes the complexion of their theory and offense immediately right here. But I really think they got to come out and throw it.
An atypical, we've seen a couple of mistakes here. That's what happens when things aren't going well for you. You're going to make mistakes that you commonly wouldn't see from a football team. Things like false start, things like the personal foul, hit out of bounds. So there's been a couple of errors there that are not typical of this Jesuit football.
So it's 2nd and 8 now after the penalty at the 22-yard line. Shotgun, Watermeyer. No, it's a direct snap, actually, and that's going nowhere. As Jesuit tried, Wildcat, direct snap to Michael Torrey, and he goes nowhere.
One of their faster players, Torrey, and trying to do something with not only with the direct snap, but the fake of the reverse. As he's running to the left-hand side, Rummel is in just excellent position to be able to defend that. And they were trying to run that play at Derek Munson, and he wasn't having any part of it.
And it's 3rd and 8 at the 22-yard line. Watermeyer shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Watermeyer the snap, looking right. Pressure on, throws down the middle, almost intercepted.
Almost picked off.
Shaheed Reese was right there, and it was just behind him as he reached back to try to grab an intended from Musso. Dangerous throw, and it falls incomplete. Jesuit has to punt again.
Got away with one there.
And the Rummel defense and Eddie Jacquillard, who's there've been some questions lately. They are really playing the plays. They're a step ahead.
Quick snap, Chenov will punt it away. It's an end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce at midfield and takes a little bit of a Jesuit bounce, but not much, and we'll be down at the Rummel 46. So the Raiders will have good field position with the wind at their back, and here's what Rummel wanted. A 3 and out.
Yep.
Don't allow Jesuit to have any time and get the ball with the wind at your back with plenty of time, and in fact, Jesuit only had it for 59 seconds.
You know, Rick, you said the right thing right there. This Rummel defense has been maligned the last 3 weeks. People, I'm sure they've heard a lot of it from everybody, social media, everywhere. What's happened to the Rummel defense? And I think they took it upon themselves to say, come on, guys, let's try to put this thing back together the way it should be.
All 3 phases of defense. Defensive line, secondary, and linebacker play exceptional.
Cox is in at center. Walker is in motion. Low snap. Give to Jackson. He's going to be engulfed. He's going to be hit for a loss. Jackson hit in the backfield, dropped for a loss of 2 yards on the play. Jesuit's Cameron Crozier was there to put him down.
Anytime you go in the shotgun, you get a bad snap. The whole play from the very beginning is not going to work 99% of the time.
That's right. They went unbalanced line to the right, which was into the boundary, and faked the jet sweep to the wide side of the field, the short side, then ran behind it to the short side of the unbalanced.
Can you explain that again one more time for our fans, Coach?
Yeah. Jesuit
or don't.
Or
don't. 2nd and 12 at the 44. Jesuit showing blitz, and Rummel's going to run Trufant left. He's hit for nothing. Drilled for no gain. So.
Have we seen a repeat of Coach Roth here?
Well, I said that. Didn't I say that at the head?
Hey, you said it.
And guess what? With the way his defense is playing in this game,
You might be
I
correct.
completely
You're
get
right.
it.
Hey, why not, Kenny?
No gain. It's going to be 3rd and 12. And, the only thing is you don't want to be put in obvious passing situations when the defense Jesuit will get pressure on you, and they can create mistakes. 3rd and 12 at the 44. Rummel will send Chase right, Walker left. Otherwise, they're tight. They're not going with an open formation here. And here's Palmer retreating.
You got a lot of time.
Looking. He's going to throw it deep for Chase into double coverage, and it's going to be incomplete.
He almost came down with it.
Incomplete. It's almost intercepted, actually, by number 10, Evan Laurier, who got both hands on it but couldn't pull it down. And Chase played defense and helped get it out. So a 3-and-out for Rummel, and they'll have to punt it away.
They'll punt it away, but Jesuit again is going to be faced a very bad field position unless he gets a very poor punt.
It will be Perez standing at about his 30-yard line. Rummel's lacking a player.
They're going to come after this right here.
Well, they got to make something happen, don't they?
Yeah, I think it comes.
Laurie is deep. Jesuit with a 10-man front.
Full force.
Good pass from center. Perret got it away, and he hammered it. Drives Lauria back to the 11. Lauria with a cut to the 15, to the 20, to the 21 or so. And Jesuit will start from the 22. The 9:26 to play in the third, trailing Rummel 24-3.
And Rummel's special teams tonight too, Coach Gale. They played except covered kickoffs very well. They covered punts very well. They so far so good on defense in the kicking game, and offense is taking care of themselves.
And they did a nice job on the coverage there because the punt was low, wasn't nearly high enough to get really good coverage, or as high as you certainly would want to have it with the wind at your back. And Lauria did a good job of handling it and getting a positive play. Their longest play of the night.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Blue Jays operate. High formation. And fake to Pruitt. Watermeyer with a lot of time. Steps up, and now he'll go down. He stepped right up into the pressure.
Right.
And Roussel brought him down. The pocket was good, but he stepped right into the defender, and Roussel gets the sack.
He stepped right into the rush that time. Of course, getting back to tough things to do in football. A lot of things are tough to do. I think the toughest thing a young man can be handled at any level in football is stealing punts.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Bearing down, I don't care what anybody says.
It takes a special person.
Right. Guarantee you. A guy he's got to have a lot of courage.
2nd down and 13 from the 19 after the sack and the loss of 3.
Rummel's doing a great job in their pass drops. They're playing the routes before they develop.
3 receivers to the left. Rummel rushes 4.
Coming
Watermeyer throws an underneath screen to Pruitt. Rummel's all over it, but he broke 2 tackles and 3 tackles, and he still goes down.
Great job by Pruitt.
Rummel's all over the place. Glenn Thurman put him down after Pruitt made 3 guys miss.
Rummel's defense to me right now it seems like they know the play's coming.
Oh, they
know what they're doing.
They're identifying the formations, and they're eliminating things that Jesuit hasn't done.
Rick, that time they sent a guy from the edge. They screen to the side. The guy comes from the edge front. There's the guy waiting for Pruitt when he catches the screen.
They had 2 there for it, so they're well schooled this week.
3rd down and 12 from the 20. Under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jesuit still seeking their first down of the game.
Could be a run here.
3 receivers left. Jesuit jumped. Tight end was premature. Talbot on the right side. False start. Blue Jays.
McGinnis is in there, quarterback on this snap too.
And it is McGinnis.
Yeah, they've got a read on Jesuit right now. You can see the communication going on defense, that when a certain player lines up in a certain place, or even perhaps a stance of an offensive lineman, they're pointing that out ahead of time. And Rummel is dropping to the spots where Jesuit throws the football.
So it is Denny McGinnis at quarterback for Jesuit. It's 3rd and 17 at the 15. And again, the 3 receivers to the left. Now, he's not a guy that can really get it down the field, and he's into the wind. So you got to think something underneath here. If you're Rummel, playing cover 2. McGinnis steps up, throws down the middle, and he hit a man for a first down. There it is.
Great.
Right in the seam. Perfect throw. And there's the first down of the game for Jesuit to the 35-yard line. That's Elijah Morgan. Good throw.
Okay, he stood in that pocket and waited for Morgan to break open. Well done by McGinnis. And that's a big first down for Jesuit.
Yes, indeed.
It took them to the 7:25 mark of the third quarter to get their first down.
They needed it.
But they got it.
Yep.
And they move the chains and get a little bit of confidence with a new quarterback in the game.
Yes.
I think Mark Sanji had to make this move. McGinnis the snap. Going to run it left. Cut back play. 3, 4. with the carry. That was Torrey on the carry, so Michael Torrey getting forward to the 39.
And it puts a different perspective now on Jesuit's defense, on Rummel's defense, too. Now you have a different quarterback coming to the game that it looks like it throws a little bit better. Also a threat of running the ball.
Well, he's more accurate in the short passing game.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, he's not going to get it down the field.
What he's throwing
much,
for
but
611 yards.
He's accurate in the short passing game, and you saw him in the first game against Rummel.
Yeah.
2nd and 6. McGinnis the snap, run it inside, hit hard. Munson fills the hole and just decks Torrey.
Yeah.
And then a late flag comes down, and that's after the play.
It's on Jesuit. I see a Rummel player clapping.
So you'd think it would be on the
Jesuit's walking back.
Mm-hmm. So it's a 2-yard gain for Torrey to the 41, and then the flag will be after the play, dead ball.
Everybody's Baton Rouge officials. A lot of time I've seen it before. They'll do a lot of talking and pick up that flag.
That's right.
I've seen this a number of times, and I might see it right now. Nope. I've seen this.
Dead ball, personal foul on Jesuit.
Yeah. That hurts.
Right when they start to get
a
little bit of something going.
But that was a good job that time of Munson filling quick like that. He can't be just parallel right down that line.
Form tackle.
5 penalties on the Blue Jays and 45 yards. Now, if that's after the play, it's dead ball. It should be 3rd down, guys.
Yes, it should be 3rd.
The down marker says 2. Now they change.
The referee just pointed to the side.
Correct.
3rd down.
So 3rd down from the 26-yard line and 19 yards to go. And watch the slants. That's what they like to throw.
Yeah, they like to throw in the middle.
McGinnis against a 3-man rush. Fakes it. Throws a bubble screen outside. Got one block. It's caught to the 30, but not much more as Musso, as that was played well by Caleb Powell for Rummel. Jesuit will have to punt.
Great job by Caleb Powell. Just broke down and let the back run toward him, and he made the tackle. Didn't try to attack him. Let him catch it. Let me tackle you.
That's right. And give the posse a chance to get there as well. Keep things in perspective. Keep your shoulders square, your feet in the ground.
So Chanov will punt it away. Munson will stand at his 40. Rummel's coming after it. And he hits a line drive kick. Munson will field it. Fair catch smartly.
Have you seen Munson return one yet?
Yeah, I've seen him return one.
I haven't seen him return.
Look at the numbers on the game sheet, and you'll see his numbers.
Well, I'm going to have to check that out from you, Kenny. So, I know you gave me that game sheet.
As a professor, sent you back to your homework assignment.
Yeah, I even looked at it today, man. I got to find this out.
So with 5:40 to play in the 3rd, Rummel gets it at their own 41-yard line. And some would say, well, it was a line drive. He could have returned it. No, when you got a block on,
that's exactly
fair
right.
catch.
Yeah, you were right, Ken. He was returning 5 for a 6-yard average.
There you go. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Palma's in shotgun. Motion into the formation by Walker. And a bad snap is loose. Palma has to go back and fall on it. Boy, that's a second bad snap and shotgun, and that's a loss of 10. You got to play 48 minutes, and you can't let up. And this offense looks so good in the first half. Anything but right now.
Hey, when he puts him in 2nd and long, and, I don't know if they'll throw it here or just run it.
You figure anything going forward is a good play at this point.
Sure, exactly.
When you have no chance, not only not to go forward, but
remember,
to get the
Rick, earlier in the year, the problem was taking snaps from center. Now it's shotgun in this problem. Reminiscent of the state championship game a year ago. Ouch.
Yep.
2nd and 20. And they're just going to run it inside and get about 3. Trufant to the 34. It's going to be 3rd and 17.
Protect the ball. Let the clock go.
Well, the defense is well rested, as mentioned. Rummel had 40 snaps in the first half. Jesuit had 16.
They should be able to play a lot, huh?
Now, keep in mind, Rummel's defense has been on the field a lot this year because the Raiders have not been a typical Rummel team that's controlled time of possession and dominated the line of scrimmage. So their defense has been asked to play a lot of minutes. And I wonder how much of an impact that had over the last few weeks, to be honest with you, against good opposition. 3rd and 17 at the 34. 3 receivers to the right. Single to the left, that's Chase. Low snap, Palma takes it, screen coming to Jackson, he's smothered. They were all over. Jesuit read it, tackle him for no gain. Good play by the Blue Jays, and the person in number 44, Jacob Baxter, and Rummel must punt.
Hey, Jesuit read it, but no help to the ball carrier because the 2 guys on front of him didn't block anybody. If Rummel had 2 guys out there, they're looking at each other and watching them make the tackle.
Oops. I got him, you take him.
Yeah.
The only thing positive is that the clock was running the whole time. In that particular
one thing that Rummel doesn't do, hasn't been able to do, is throw the ball to its running backs. That's only the 4th catch by our running back this year. I mean, it doesn't happen. Jesuit showing like they're coming after the punt. Perrette stands at about his 20. Good pass from center. Here they come, and he just got it off.
Good
and he
kick.
hits a beautiful punt. Loria from his 25. Evades one, and he'll get it to about the 31.
Good coverage.
Good coverage by Rummel again, and a good job by Perrette to get that thing off, and he's down on the turf hurt again.
Well, I didn't see anybody hit him.
I didn't see that either. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's just the way he came down.
Yeah, because they ran by him, okay? They ran by him.
The Rummel staff will come out to check him. Look, he's very important because of his strength of his leg. I mean, it had to be the way he came down.
Yeah, nobody hit him.
No, I mean, we're going to have to get Mike to check on that and get a report on it because obviously that's a significant concern because he's also your punter and your kicker and your really good kickoff man. And again, a valuable commodity. You've got Freebird who's accurate but doesn't have that kind of leg.
He had to have run to get to that point.
Yeah,
that's not where he punted
that's
the football.
Correct, yeah.
He punted the ball from back here. Because what was the yard line, Ken?
The line of scrimmage was a 34.
Yeah, so he was back around the 24-yard line. So that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah, that's 15 yards or something happened.
No, he's standing and he's walking, and that's good.
He just has a little hitch in his giddy up.
Yeah, it's not a major hitch.
No, it's not a glitch. It's a hitch.
It's a hitch. Isn't that a pass route, a hitch? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it sure is.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
He's grabbing the back of his right leg. So,
well, you hope it's not a hammy.
Well,
that's right.
McGinnis back in the game as we expected.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got
a
Willie Robinson behind him, so they go with a speed back in Robinson from the 31 on first down and 10. Robinson gets it on a counter, and he shook a tackle and fights forward to about the 35-yard line. As he was brought down there by Jacoby Jones.
Robinson had a few nice runs in that first game, Kenny. When they put him in.
Sure did.
He did a good job.
Well, Robinson and Torrey both have some speed, different types of runners than Pruitt. Gain of 3, they actually marked it at the 34, 2nd and 7. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Rummel 24-3. Sweep left, evade one tackle, evades two, and there's the speed. He gets a first down and more, but there's holding on the play. So that's coming back as they reached out and held Brule, who was out on the edge, and that's going to come back, I'm sure.
Yeah, you wonder why he got swallowed up.
Sure.
It looked like he was in position.
Yeah, to make
and then
a
all of a
tackle,
sudden, whoops, he's not there anymore.
Yeah. Holding Jesuit.
Yeah. Another mistake that is not characteristic of this football team. But once again, that's what not bad teams, but a bad night. When you're having a bad night, that's
it just escalates to you. Yeah, you're pushing so hard, you're trying so hard, you're trying to get back in the game, and you push so hard. It's just an honest error.
The harder you try, the behinder you get.
Yep.
Back to the 23.
Did you make a back quote too? You got that
second down.
Okay, I want to make sure you didn't borrow.
Second down and 18, and Torrey's lined up at quarterback, so they got all three backs in the backfield: Pruitt, Robinson, and Torrey. How about that? Snap it. Gives it to Robinson. He finds some room. Running right. He cuts back. He's got big yardage. Up across the 35. Ball came out, but he was down. He gets it to the 39. That popped wide open. That's the first running play that Jesuit had a lot of space all night long. 16 yards.
And that's the second time this ball game Jesuit has overcome long yardage to give himself a reasonable chance to make a first down here.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and 2 from the 39.
Yeah.
That looked good. I got to believe they'll come back with that.
Yeah,
sure.
Why play a quarterback if you got all three runners in the game and your quarterbacks have had trouble?
And Robinson's a game breaker. Look, he can take it to the house.
3rd and 2. Rummel's defensive coordinators, both Monica and Jacquelard, screaming to move up, telling the defense to press the line of scrimmage. Power formation. 3rd and 2. Pruitt will take a direct snap, bobbled it, cuts back, and he fights forward, and he might have gotten it. He's right near it. He's close. Pruitt needed the 41. That's where he's at. It depends on the mark. And if Jesuit didn't make it, they're going for it.
Oh,
yes, indeed. Yes,
and let's see where they put the ball down. First down.
Got it.
What a great effort.
Wow, I think that should have been a measurement. Look at the ball.
Yeah.
How can you say first down where the ball's spotted? It's short of the 41-yard line, and that's where the stick was. Boy, that's a really shaky call. I mean, you had to measure that.
They'd have gone for it anyway, but still you have to make it.
But I mean, I don't think he made it.
No,
guys.
I don't think he made it either. But hey,
not where the ball was marked. It's short of the yard line, and the stick was at the yard line. But it's a first down to the 41 regardless. And they're going to run Torrey right, and he's going to lose a yard or two.
Yeah.
Because DeNove was up to press the line of scrimmage.
What a great
and stops him cold.
That's great defense.
Yes, indeed. DeNove was the force player on that. To get around him, you'd have to bounce it high and wide. He's trying to turn it back in, and he took on the blocker and the ball carrier and all, and put it on.
Let's see. Well, I mean, the bottom line is if they're going to line up and Wildcat, you're going to start cheating your DBs up like that.
Sure.
But they don't here. They're back to McGinnis, a quarterback, and open the formation with 3 wide receivers on 2nd and 12 from the 39. Third quarter winding down, 23, 22, 21 seconds and counting.
You got to watch Musso over the middle right here.
Yeah, they love the inside stuff. Fake it. There's the slant, and this is intercepted by Brule. Aaron Brule, what a play. Picks it off. Third turnover by Jesuit. Returns it to the Blue Jay 39. What a defensive effort.
Yeah, just a great drive by Brule. He's expecting the slant to come that time because he threw it right into his hands. Musso was open over the middle, but Brule was right there.
Exactly. Wow, that's the inside linebacker able to make a play on a ball with a little bit of heat on it, trying to throw the slant. So excellent play by Aaron Brule, who's had an exceptional season this year.
Yes,
his value to this football team.
And he's just a junior, and he's a college football player in my mind.
No doubt.
I mean, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Trufant will be the running back at Jesuit territory.
And
could be the final play of the quarter
and
here.
We're going to see some runs right here.
Twin receivers right, tight formation otherwise. Fullback tucked in, right side. And a fake. Palmer's going to throw. Low throw to Chase. Bounced incomplete.
That surprised me. I thought we were running a low clock here.
Well, the offense has been sloppy here in the third quarter.
They have.
That's a pass that he's made that pass continuously, and no issue with the win there. He just underthrew the ball.
Yeah. But a good defense by Jez at that time, too. They had him covered pretty good.
Yeah, but if you get the ball to Chase,
you never know what's going to happen.
He can
You're
make
right.
somebody miss.
He'll make you miss. I
Get
saw that.
Just throw the ball to him and let him try to make somebody miss.
His way is going to be
2nd and 10 from the 40. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Jackson is the running back. Palmer with another bad snap. Gives to Jackson. Has a little room and gets about 5 to the 35 on what was the final play of the third quarter. At the end of 3, it is Rummel 24, Jesuit 3. Fourth quarter to come. This is Rummel Raiders football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and at SportsNOLA.com.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to play only offense or defense, so when it comes to insurance,
It looks like they are reading Jesuit's mail tonight.
You know, also too, Rick, I think Rummel made a lot of changes on offense.
Now they're going to go for it.
Yeah,
so
but
Jesuit has
didn't
changed.
make a lot of changes.
Rummel's going to call timeout. Jesuit sent their punt team on, then they ran their offense on, and Jay Roth wisely calls timeout.
Got to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to be caught napping here, so he calls timeout. And they want to get the right personnel in there to know what they want to do and how they want to do it.
Right. You know, I'll go back to what I said. I think Jesuit didn't change a lot of their routes. They ran very, I think, semi-successfully the first game. You know, and so Rummel was jumping all those familiar routes to them. Rummel has made some changes on offense from the first game.
Yes, indeed. They've modified some things and have played with more confidence. And that early drive gave Jay confidence in his kids that they were going to be able to execute things once they got some things settled down and have been able to turn it loose. But
and you look at Rummel's defense too, Rick. You know, they haven't changed a lot from the basic stuff that they've been doing. They're just doing a better job of it.
Yeah, and they're doing they've done a great job of preparation and scouting because they're a step ahead of Jesuit because they are able to read formations and they're getting some kind of tips and they're playing the routes before they're actually being run.
So Jesuit will go for it. 4th and 6 from its own 29. Watermeyer shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking left with time. He's going to throw down the sideline. Man open, caught Loria. Shook a tackle in midfield. 45 and down to the Rummel 41. And a first down.
Guy's by himself. You know what a breakdown.
Yeah,
that's nobody there.
Yeah, that was. They must have been. They were probably playing cover 4, and the corner was supposed to continue to sink, and he broke up on the short route, playing the sticks instead of doing what he was supposed to do.
First big play of the game for Jesuit, 29 yards, and a first down to the Rummel 42-yard line.
And it gives them a little shot right here to Jays. Yep. They can get a quick score.
Not done yet.
You're
Plenty of time left. Watermeyer, the snap play fakes, wants to throw, but they blow it dead. I'm not sure why. I did not see a flag. I don't see a flag anywhere. They blew the play down. Not sure what that was about.
It looks like he's getting ready to mark off something.
Yeah, he's calling a false start.
Yeah.
Well, Jesuit, I did not see that.
No, neither me. It's very unusual for Jesuit to have this many penalties.
Yep,
it's very unusual for them.
7 penalties and 61 yards.
That's not typical Jesuit.
And playing behind the chains against a defense that's giving you fits is not a good thing. 1st and 15 from the Rummel 47 with 8:47 to play. Watermeyer, quick drop, throws it underneath. That's caught inside the 40 and suddenly starting to find the mark. Completes it to Musso to about the 38 for a gain of 9.
Nice little turnout route by the inside receiver. You run the 2 outside receivers off. The inside receiver runs a stick route, goes down 5, turns to the outside. Ball was right on target.
So it is 2nd down and 6. Play fake. Watermeyer wants to throw down the middle. Intercepted. Intercepted by Jones, I believe that is, and he returns it to about the 20. So Jacoby Jones comes up with yet another turnover against Jesuit. He's making a living against them this year.
A smart move by Jones, too, that time. Right before he got hit, he took it to the ground himself. One good way to take the chance of getting hit and fumbling.
I think Jacoby will be able to use the Jesuit films as his highlight reel.
Yeah.
Because he has made just some great
How about Jackson also, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You don't have to add it. You don't have to do anything. Hey, here it is.
Speaking of Jackson, it's Jackson time, isn't it?
Yes,
I would think it's Jackson time right here. They're not under center again. They got a snap.
1st and 10 from the 20. Good snap this time. And they're going to run it and go backwards. Jackson somehow managed to escape 2 guys and get a yard. He was engulfed about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage with all kinds of penetration.
Well,
you're managed to get a yard.
You're going to have a lot of penetration right here, Jeff.
Sure.
They're coming after you now.
Of course.
They don't think Rummel's going to throw the ball at all.
No. And they shouldn't throw the ball.
not
with this time and with the way the defense is playing. 2nd and 9 from the 21.
Just take your time.
Yeah, do not put your defense in a bad situation.
Yes.
2nd down and 9 from the 21-yard line. 7:35 and counting to play. Rummel 24-3 over Jesuit.
Bad snap.
Not a good snap again. They give to Trufant. He cuts back and finds 2 maybe. perhaps 3
It's
to the
just
24.
amazing the bad snaps at this late in the season.
Yeah, that was actually Jackson on the carry. No, it was Trufant. I was right. Trufant.
I mean, I can't fathom that.
Well, I mean, it's been ugly to watch, and I mean, you can't escape it against a better opponent, and Rummel will face with all due respect, a better opponent next week, the number 1 seed, John Curtis.
I would think you'd be a pretty good opponent. You win your first round game, and
we can start thinking about it, maybe even talking about it soon. This one's not over yet, but you guys saw the first game. Rummel's going to have to call another timeout here. They have no idea about personnel.
No.
And now a flag comes down. They had 13 guys in the huddle. That's going to be 5 yards on Rummel.
You know, you bring up the first game, if it comes to pass, looks like it will. They play again. You know, Rummel didn't play out well on defense, gave up some big plays. The big thing, they were 17-17 to get the fumble, and after that, it was 14 quick points for Curtis with 6 minutes left to go.
Illegal substitution on Rummel.
But, you know, who wants to face Curtis? They have a very good football team.
I would suspect the team in red would like to.
What?
I would suspect the team in red would like to. I think they owe,
I think so.
Curtis.
They owe. And Curtis playing their hands too, Rick. Like you said, they pitched the ball on the ground a number of times, and then Rummel just couldn't take advantage of nothing.
Well, Rummel again is having all kinds of trouble. They cannot get a play in the game. They are going to have to call another timeout.
What is the problem?
This is Jay Roth throws his paper again, and he is furious.
Yeah.
And with all, and let's be straight about this. He's in charge of the offense. There was a tight end, quite frankly, that was late getting on the field.
But the idea is that, hey, you could be going the ball. You got to stay right around the coach. You can't lollygag around Coach Gailey. You know, you got certain players that are going in certain situations. You got to be right there.
Yes. You've got to be in the game while you're on the sideline, just as if
you can't be looking in the stands.
No, that's exactly right.
I used to tell the players, if I turn around and once one playing, I saw you looking in the stands, you're not dressing out next week.
Exactly.
You're not dressing out next week.
Exactly.
You're down here for a reason. Cheer on those guys that are out there.
Back on the field now on 3rd and 11. And I think
still somebody went out in the field that didn't belong. Look, the guy goes in the field again. Yeah.
I mean,
he's going to have 12 again.
This is I don't know how to describe it.
They don't have to play yet.
3rd and 11, and they're just going to run the ball and go nowhere. So run the clock anyway, get 2 yards to the 21, and we'll punt. It has been an ugly
second half
offensively, much like the first game for Rummel. But it doesn't matter much when your defense is played this way and your offense played so well in the first half.
And you still have to execute in the kicking game and gain yardage there, and don't give Jesuit unneeded.
Yeah, they've been coming after every punt. You know they're coming after this one. And they're kicking into the win is Perrette, and he'll be standing around his 8-yard line. So I'll say it again. This one's not over yet.
Right, that's correct.
Despite the dominance that Rummel's had in this game.
Quick scores changes everything.
Snap, spot, kicked it away. Nice job by Perrette. Somehow got it off. Under pressure, bounces around the 49-yard line of Rummel, and that's where it goes out of bounds. So into the wind. They're going to mark it at midfield, it appears. A 29-yard punt, no return. Jesuit will start from midfield with 5:28 remaining.
That's all you can ask for in that situation. Even though the operation was slower than the ones that had happened before and had more pressure because of the Jesuit punt rush, still wound up being an efficient operation. When you net 29 yards into the wind that's blowing right now, that is a significant play.
No question.
Yes.
So Jesuit starts from midfield. Watermeyer will be the quarterback, and Rummel's running people on here. But they'll get it figured out defensively. You know that. 1st and 10 in midfield. Snap it. Watermeyer wants to throw it under pressure. He does down the middle. Incomplete. Again, a nice break on the ball by the Rummel safety as the pass goes incomplete. That was Jones going after another one.
How does he miss
intended
that?
for Musso.
Which that was amazing. The Rummel defense knows they are attacking the middle.
Yes.
And there's the chance right there. The ball could have been caught. The receiver was running clear for a while.
Yeah, but the linebackers are doing a very nice job of carrying the receivers down the field and staying underneath them and making the quarterback make extraordinary throws, anything more than 12 or 15 yards down.
2nd and 10 from midfield. 5:23 to play. Watermeyer the snap, retreats to throw, plenty of time, throws into traffic, it's caught. Loria shook a tackle.
What a play.
And stays alive and gets a first down to the Rummel 32, a gain of 18.
So Loria had a pretty good game against Rummel. After the flag, late flag came down to go against Rummel.
That won't help them.
Won't help them all. I think that's where it's going to go. Let's see.
So it's an 18-yard gain.
They're going to tack on a few more.
Sure looks that way. Personal foul, Rummel.
Yeah, that was an exceptional throw and catch.
Yes.
Loria is just, he's got a big catch radius for somebody who's not huge in size, but he really went up and snatched it.
Kenny, you could be right. A score here, a cover onside kick,
exactly.
and
It's
win
not over
for
yet.
a ball game.
Back
baby.
to pass, Watermeyer. He's going to throw it
And
for the
there it
end
is
zone.
right
Man's
there.
open, incomplete.
That's Musso.
A little bit too tall for him. So the pass carried toward the boundary and would have been very difficult to get there, but he had 2 steps.
I tell you, Musso's having very little respect for his godfather, Jay. Okay?
This one falls incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 of the 17. Watermeyer with Pruitt in the backfield. 5:02 to play in the game. 2nd down and 10 at the Rummel 17. Snap it. Watermeyer rolling right. Has all day. Throws it. Corner to the end zone. Off the hands of Musso. Incomplete. Would have taken a perfect throw and catch. Just a slightly high.
Yes,
and it's 3rd and 10.
Same route that they ran the last time. It's just they sprinted the quarterback this time to the right side to try to give him a little bit more time. And this time the ball went off of his fingers instead of being completely overthrown.
A real perfect throw would have had him.
3rd and 10 from the 17.
This was a situation in the first game that they came up with that throwback screen.
Yeah.
To Connor Pruitt, and they're in a similar, little different formation this time.
Watermeyer shotgun. Rummel rushes 4. Again, he has time. Back of the end zone, jump ball coming, incomplete, broken up. Rummel had double coverage, as that was read perfectly by Jones, who rotated over to help Powell, as the pass was incomplete, intended for Loria, and it's going to be 4th down, and Jesuit, is going to go for it.
Really good break on the ball by Jones. He saw it coming. He was playing his inside quarter. They're playing a lot of quarter coverage in this, and he really saw the play coming and made a great break on the football.
So 4th and 10 Jesuit at the Rummel 17 with 4:54 left to play. 3 receivers set, twins to the right. Watermeyer the snap. Looking, under pressure, steps up, evades one, rolls right, extends the play, throws, and a diving catch made for a 1st and goal at about the 6 by Musso, and that's on Watermeyer. Did a great job to extend the play.
Great job.
Yes, indeed. Escaped the pressure, kept his eyes down the field, and then Musso laid out and caught a low throw. Outstanding play by both young men.
By both of them, by Musso and Watermeyer. Looked like that play was over with.
1st and goal at the 5, 4:28 and counting. Jesuit threatening to put the ball in the end zone here. Snap it. Watermeyer to throw it way behind the intended receiver. Morgan on a slant. I mean, that was way off the mark.
Yeah.
Yep. Pure man coverage, and they were trying to pick the corner. There was no safety in the middle of the field, and the inside receiver was to try to pick off the corner, chasing him to the inside, and chasing Morgan to the inside. But the coverage was right there, and the throw was well off the mark.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, they might try a little sneak run here, Coach. Catch the Raiders.
Sure. Yeah, that's
a little run by Pruitt.
Anytime you get the ball to Connor Pruitt, it's not a bad
That's a
play.
chance. You're right.
Watermeyer shotgun, takes the snap, wants to throw the fade for Cullivan, incomplete. And the coverage was tight by the Raiders, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Plus it was tight.
Again, the coverage was good by McDaniel.
But he threw that to the short side of the field also, and there was no room, really, for him to go.
Well, they're trying to utilize the 6'2"
Yeah,
Cullivan,
of course, yeah.
6'3" Colvin. So throwing it to the short side of the field.
It's not bad, you're telling me.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, Coach.
In this case. But
right, and he's got a distinct size advantage over there. 3rd and goal from the 5. Watermeyer wants to throw, has all day, throws into the end zone. Dangerous throw, incomplete. And right on the spot again was Jones.
Yeah.
He's always around the ball. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 5 with 4:08 to play.
And let's see Jesuit pull off a big play again. Here we go again. They pulled it off a couple times tonight.
And the only reason that I was saying that into the short side, it's not a big, because it's not a jump ball.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because you're talking about 6'3" against 5'7".
Correct.
Right.
And so you're just trying to get the ball
Get the
up
ball
into
to the
there.
guy.
Now, if it's a jump ball, that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
You want that to the field.
4th and goal from the 5 with 4:08 to play. Pruitt in the backfield with Watermeyer, and you can't ignore him. Snap it.
They got to look for Musso coming
Under
across.
pressure, throws, crossing route, touchdown.
Nope.
He's in, touchdown.
Yeah.
Musso crossed the goal line, touchdown, Jesuit. Ball came out. Petey on the coverage, but a touchdown, Watermeyer to Musso with 4:01 to play, and it's 24-9.
Musso came drug all the way across the field.
That's right.
Well, he should have been slowed down by a linebacker, seeing he should have checked him when it comes across his face, huh, Coach?
They were running a lot more crossing patterns that
Yeah.
time than they had in previous plays. And so a couple of really good plays by Musso there in critical situations.
Chanot for the extra point to make it a 14-point game. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 4:01 to play. Rummel 24, Jesuit 10. This is Rummel Football on WGSO 990 AM, WGSO.com, and at SportsNOLA.com.
Seven six.
Back to live action. Onside kick is recovered by Rummel at its own 49-yard line as the attempt by Chanot was handled by the Raiders, and that's a good job by, I'm going to get it right, Evan Francione.
You got it now, baby. Your friend's going to talk to you now, Kenny.
That's right. So that was as easy a bouncing ball as he was going to ever have
on a turf field.
That's right. You're trying to play for a high bounce to where you get the receiver stretched out in the air, then you kind of push him away from the football.
Rummel will start from its own 48. They have done nothing offensively in the second half. Can they make a first down here? They need a first down or two to salt this away. Jesuit has 2 timeouts remaining. That might help. Shotgun, Palma, just a little pitch play to Jackson, cuts back. And he gets a couple, crosses midfield, gets 3 to the 49. A little bit of a different wrinkle there with just a straight pitch, and they get 3, and a timeout will be taken, I believe, by Jesuit.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, use them early.
Yep, they have had 2 coming into this series. So you've got to save as much time as you possibly can right now, knowing that if you get the ball back, your offense has a chance.
Well, that's why now realistically, if you make 1 first down, it's pretty much over because they'll be out of timeout.
Exactly.
No doubt.
Exactly.
You make 2, it's over. You make 1, it's pretty much over. So 2nd and 7 at the Jesuit 49 with 3:51 to play.
Yeah, you're planning on this, that if you want to run the clock out, that you got to make 2 first downs.
Yeah.
But 1 really runs, because Jesuit needs 2 possessions, not just 1 to be able to do it. So to be able to reduce a possession through making that initial first down, Ken, just like you were saying, is the main thing.
2nd down and 7 from the 49. Cutler is in the slot right for Rummel. Snap it. Same play the other way. Cut back Trufant. He finds room. Gets a first down. So Rummel Yeah, with a different wrinkle, just little quick toss plays, and Trufant gets 8 yards and a first down to the 41.
And that was big.
Gets the ball to the edge with speed. And that's just as true right now as it was at the beginning of the game. It's difficult to assault Jesuit directly. You've got to take an indirect approach, get them stretched out. And the ball carrier, Trufant, that time was smart enough to know, I can't take this to the boundary. Let me get him stretched.
Right.
Stick that outside
Jesuit
foot in the ground.
Not taking its final time out here at 3:30 and counting. Got to take it at some point.
Yeah, you don't want to take it after the first
4 seconds, 3 to get it off, 2 to get it off, 1 to get it off, and they just got it off. And here's Jackson fighting through one tackle and falling forward for a yard to the 40.
You know, it was amazing to me. Palmer thought he was
supposed to be in shotgun.
Yeah.
Right.
You had to tell him to get under the center.
Cutler told him to get under center.
Yeah.
Jesuit takes his final timeout with 3:13 to play.
It's a thrill a minute, isn't it?
I
Just getting lined up.
Yeah.
That's grief.
I tell you one thing, I'm going to make this statement right now. If Rummel goes on to win the game, Mike Friedel thought he had a rough interview with Coach Roth after the last game. It might be just as rough tonight with Coach Roth because he's not going to be happy, okay, Rick?
Well, he'll be happy. They won the game.
He's going to be happy he won, but I tell you what.
He won't show it.
he won't show it, okay?
Oh, inside, once the game is over, right now he's still stressed.
Well, we're going to want to talk to Jacoby Jones again. He recovered a fumble, intercepted a pass again.
Why not?
As he gets it done against Jesuit one more time, doesn't he? So we'll try to talk to Jacoby Jones and perhaps speak with Jacob Palmer as well with his really good first half that he had. 2nd and 9 at the 40. Snap it. And just an inside run. Jackson's going backwards. It'll get for a big loss. Can't run delay plays against them. I mean, it's just not going to work. Back to the 44, loss of 4.
I don't think that was supposed to be a delay.
I don't think so.
But there was so much penetration.
Yeah.
Once again, it is very difficult to run direct hitting inside plays against
their
this
defense.
particular defense.
And they have nice size. They have nice size in front. They move real well.
So it's 3rd down and 13. Jesuit's going to get the ball back again, guys. It's just a matter of how many times they're going to get it back. Trufant comes in with the play. Can't imagine Rummel would try to throw it here. They just want to run the clock because Jesuit doesn't have any timeouts. 3rd and 13, so Trufant will get a handoff of some sort here, even though there's a 3-receiver set. Movement up front, though, so that doesn't help.
Nope.
So you get the premature movement before the play starts, and obviously that'll be on Rummel for 5 yards. It's just the last thing you want. I mean, it's been a very sloppy performance by Rummel's offense in the second half. Even though you're just trying to be conservative and run the clock, you got to play the game.
But they haven't.
They just haven't done anything.
No.
Just like the first game in the second half, they've done nothing.
Nothing. I wouldn't think they'd throw here. No way.
6 penalties, 50 yards.
If they just run the play right here, they can run the clock under 2 minutes.
That stops the clock with 2:24 to play. So now it's 3rd down and 18 from the 49. And Jesuit knows they're going to run the ball. And they're going to quick kick it. They quick kick the ball. I'm not sure why you're doing that. I mean, you want to run another play and run the clock. I mean, you just cost yourself 35, 40 seconds.
Was that planned?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was. And, I mean, he's looking at the sideline, and J. Roth saying, what did you do?
Yeah.
I mean, you just gave them the ball back.
Yeah.
That's just unconscionable with 2:15 to play.
Jay is incredulous right now.
That was not called.
There's no way you're going to give up a down when you can waste 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Where has he been?
I'm dumbfounded, guys.
Mike,
I mean,
the interview has got worse.
As good a performance as Rummel has had, there is no way they can play this way moving forward and win a game.
No
chance.
Wow.
1st and 10, Jesuit at its own 14-yard line. I mean,
quick kick.
That's just hard to fathom. Watermeyer throws it deep out, and it's going to go way out of bounds, incomplete at 2nd and 10. Stop. And to play, Jesuit has no timeouts.
Yeah, and certainly not on 3rd down.
No.
I mean, if you backed up and you're worried about a block punt, maybe,
a quick
but
kick.
not in the plus end of the field.
Where would that come from? I mean, where would it come?
I just don't. I don't get it, guys.
I think what he had here.
We got to confirm it was not called.
It was a failure to communicate.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. It wasn't called.
No.
2nd and 10 at the 14. Watermeyer throws it out. That's caught by Loria. Cuts into the field. Shook a tackle, and he manages to stay in bounds So Rummel kept him in bounds. That's important. So he got it to about the 21. So a gain of 7. Under 2 minutes to play now.
And bringing it back, yeah. Penalty must
Never mind. So holding on Jesuit.
Yeah.
So that's going to cost the Blue Jays half the distance to the goal. Line of scrimmage was the 14-yard line. And if it's a spot foul, it could be beyond the 7, and it will be. They're going to put this down at the 5. So 9 yards. 9-yard penalty. So Jesuit's got 8 penalties and 70 yards. I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I'll ever see it again.
No, never, ever.
From the 5, Watermeyer wants to throw from his end zone. A lot of time, just going to throw it outside and throw it away. So Watermeyer throws incomplete with 1:48 to play.
I tell you what, it's certainly discovering new ways to keep the excitement in the game.
Yeah.
When you're completely outplaying the opposition.
No doubt.
But I guess we want to keep the crowd into the game till the end.
Yeah, you're keeping them, all right.
Yeah. Woo! So it's 3rd down and 19 from the 5 with 1:48 to play. One thing Jesuit has done is they've protected Watermeyer very well in this game.
They have.
But we better suggest to Mike that he does not ask Jay about that.
No.
Why did you point on 3rd down,
from
Coach?
the end zone, steps up, rolls right, looking, throwing deep, jump ball coming, out of bounds, no chance, incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down, last chance for Jesuit with 1:38 to play.
Yeah, because that was one you didn't want anybody in the secondary to even think about coming up.
No.
Let the quarterback run if he wants to run, but protect against the deep ball.
All right, so it's 4th down, 19 yards to go from the 5, 1:38 to play. Last gasp for Jesuit right here. Watermeyer will line up in shotgun. He'll have Pruitt next to him. Takes the snap, retreats into the end zone, throws down the middle, and almost intercepted. McDaniel had his hands on it, couldn't get it, but Rummel will get the ball at the Jesuit 5. You don't want to catch that ball.
No, you don't want to at all.
Exactly. That's a knock the ball down situation on 4th down.
All right.
Roll down the field.
Take a knee here, huh, Coach?
Yeah,
Taylor?
you take a knee. You take a knee twice or 3 times.
Well, we could punt.
No, quick kick.
Quick kick.
Drop kick.
Yeah, drop kick.
Quick drop kick.
Let's drop kick it.
I mean, you can joke about it, but
it's not funny, really.
All the problems with getting people on the field and formations and time issues, and
they've got plenty to work.
They got a lot to work on offensively.
They don't have enough days to work on.
That should not be happening in the playoff round.
No, very sloppy.
So 1st and goal from the 5. Rummel's going to take a knee here, no doubt. Jesuit's out of timeouts. They'll go into victory formation. Of course, you got to get the snap from center, right?
Yep.
Palmer does. Takes a knee. Jesuit conceding. They're not going to pressure him.
No.
You'd expect nothing less from Mark Sanji coach team. Gentleman, very fine football coach.
Good man. Good man.
So the Rummel Raiders are going to beat Jesuit for the 4th straight time in 2 straight seasons to advance to the quarterfinals in Division I, where they'll meet John Curtis in a rematch game next Friday night. I'm sure that will be at Zephyr Field, since it's Curtis's game. 2 seconds on the play clock. Palmer takes a knee. So
if I was Curtis JT, though, I would prefer to play ahead and play at Zephyr Field.
No, they're not going to do that. Yeah, they're not.
I know they're not going to do that because he's the one that wanted Zephyr Field involved. So.
Well, he considers it his home field now.
Yeah, I know.
There's a comfort.
I agree. 100%.
There's a comfort level for him. So.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Rummel will have to snap it once more.
Hey, Curtis and Rummel hadn't played in years. Now they played 4 times in less than a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't that something?
Well, we'll talk about it in post-game because you guys saw the first game. I didn't. 3rd and goal for Rummel. One more snap to finish it. There it is. And this one is over, and the Rummel Raiders have advanced to the state quarterfinals in class, or Division I class, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it's called, Kenny.
Whatever it's called. Rummel defeats Jesuit 24-10. And the Raiders improve to 7-3, snap their 3-game losing streak. Jesuit ends its season 5-6 overall. Coach Sanji and Coach Roth exchange pleasantries. We'll try to get Coach Roth coming up, and we'll see if we can get Jacoby Jones, who had the interception, the fumble recovery. 4 turnovers for Jacoby Jones in 2 games against Jesuit this year. Unreal.
Unreal. It's been an unreal game. You know, it was sloppily played by Rummel, really, to be honest, especially on offense. You know, they made some horrible mistakes. Like they never could really get it going.
Yeah, plenty of things to work on. That's usually a good thing. That when you can win a game and win it handily, as handily as you can with these 2 good teams, and still have plenty of things to work on. But are they things that can be improved in a week? Because many of the errors were communication and mental errors.
But that should not occur at this stage of the season.
You're right.
That's the key thing. You know, it's still an experience to either get under the center to get a snap. That's not fun. You have to worry about that. But, you know, you can see right here, they're shaking hands.
Yeah, okay. Mike's got Jay down there, I believe, right now. So we'll go to Mike Cardella with Jay Roth. Mike, you can take it away when ready, buddy.
Okay, Coach. Offensively, most of the game, pretty dominant. Have to be happy with that performance.
Well, it was. Defense played great tonight. You can win games with good defense. We know that.
Offensively, a little bit of good, bad, and ugly. How do you shape that up? I mean, that's going to be quite a task.
I'm just going to look at the first half film and be happy.
Obviously. Look, you know what's ahead. Curtis is looming next week. But you have to be happy. This is a step in the right direction to get back in the win column to make a playoff push.
Oh, yeah, we got a playoff win. We get to play number 1 team in the state. I mean, get to play Curtis again. That's awesome. We're looking forward to it.
All right, well, good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks, Mike. We'll let Mike get in place to try to get Jacoby Jones and also try to line up